It's a baby bear day. Hi, baby bear. You know you're going to have to vacate the premises. You know that, right, little man? Yeah. You know, you do. You know, but you need to vacate the premises. You do. You need to vacate the premises, little man. You really, really do. You really, really do. You really, 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 really do. You really, really do. It doesn't mean sit down, Dinkus. Oh, you are so funny. You are so funny. Yes, you are. Silly Mr. Baby Bear. Hey, Elena. Hey, hey, hey. Elena says, good evening all. So happy to be here this evening. Hopefully all of you are happy and will enjoy as well. Yep. I hope everybody enjoys this. This is very much a Low Spoons one. It has been very rough. Either 6 days or 4 days or 6 days and my memory's off. Yeah, it's been rough. Hey, Valerie. Yay, Valerie's in the house too. So we got Elena and Valerie and Doris. Hi, Doris. Doris, if you're still at work. Oh, my goodness gracious. Doris and I were talking and she said she was at work. And I hope that you don't mind me saying that. Now that I've said it out loud, I realize, oh, maybe she didn't want that said. I'm sorry. It's just been. Really rough therapy session today. Hey, Donna. Oh, Donna. Either I don't recognize your name at all, or it's been a while since we've seen you. So hi, welcome or welcome back. If you're new to the guild, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love to have new members to our guild. Yay. So yay. Yeah, it's been rough. See, you can tell it's been rough because Baby Bear is not even letting me start doing this. This is very much an emotional support cat. Oh, we love Lurkers. We absolutely love Lurkers, Donna. This channel does not put any demands on any of its watchers for any reason because I fully understand mental health issues, suffering from so many myself. And, you know, I get that sometimes lurking is what you do. Sometimes emotional support background noise is what you need. So here I am being emotional support background noise. Baby Bear, what are you doing? Oh, you are such a funny little cat. I'm so glad you're on tonight, pulling all-nighter for work and need the company and background noise. Yay, Donna. Oh, good. I'm glad I could be here for you. Yeah, I brought power back here with me, so we don't have power issues. I brought a soda back here. I brought my monitoring thing back here. I have no idea how long this live is going to be. For the replay crew, you can tell me, or you can see when it's done how long this live was, because why do you do that? Why do you want your face smushed so badly that you smush into my hand? Baby Bear, you are the silliest little boy. Glad to hear that somebody else is pushing the EOM end of month. Yeah. Okay. Well, not glad, but happy to not be alone. There you go. That works. Mischief is in my lap, being a lurker who is demanding I pet him. So I pet him. I'm so happy about it all. That's so cool. Hey, Sandy Beach. Good to see you too. We don't see you very often, and I'm so glad that you're here. We really are. This is really an emotional support background noise, and right now it's just a baby bear needing his head smushed. I don't know why he does this. He will sit there and grind his head into my hand as hard as he can. He pulls my hand back and grinds his head into my hand like you see him doing. I don't know what his deal is, but I love him so much and I don't care. He can do what he wants to do. He's just my little baby. Yes, him is. I haven't actually started any crafting yet, obviously, because Baby Bear is being such a nuzzle baby. He knows I'm in a bad place, and he's doing everything that he can to say, hey, Mommy, it's okay. Baby Bear is like the best emotional support background, not emotional support background, emotional support animal that I honestly, this is like the most bestest emotional support animal ever existed, and that's in my humble opinion, and I realize that there are other people who have differing opinions, and that's totally fine. But yeah, he is. He's such a good boy. And he was never, when he's 7 years old now, and I've been a shut-in for 3.5 years. So the first half of his life, literally half of his life, he was a cat. He was just a cat. You know, he was sweet, he was loving, but he was just a cat, you know, being a cat, doing cat things. You know, he'd come up and sit on my lap sometimes, he'd be aloof and distant sometimes, and then the whole mess happened and I became a shut-in and he became an emotional support animal. Nobody asked it of him, and he just decided that that was what he was going to do. So now that's what he does. But Baby Bear, I'm supposed to be making artist trading cards. Yes, I am. I know you, sweet little boy. And his back is finally, the fur in his back, the spot that Brucey got on him is finally, the fur has finally grown back out. You are such a silly boy. You are. Yes, you are. You're my baby. So, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a little bit of a purr coming off of him, which is amazing. I can barely hear it. Baby Bear does not have a loud purr. Baby Bear has only had a loud purr once. And the entire time that we've had him, I've only been able to actually hear his purr once. And right now I can't really hear his purr. I just hear a difference in his breath. And but that one time was the day that we caught him, because Baby Bear is the feline distribution service in action. We were in a parking lot, and we were just leaving the store, and the store had just closed, and I heard what I thought was a bird. They can be very pushy when they want attention. Yes, they do. My cat does the same and even nudges my belly forcefully. She'll be 15 on April 3rd. Oh, a happy early birthday, baby kitty kitty. Yeah, but we were in a parking lot, and I heard what I thought was a bird in the bushes. And it turns out it was this cat that was in the bushes, but he was sounding very much like a bird. And my husband and I spent the next 4 hours trying to catch him. 4 hours trying to catch this little guy. And he was fast. There was a bankment, a little teeny tiny narrow bankment that was probably 1.5 feet wide here that had bushes on it. And there was a big spot on the other side. Let me see if that showed up. I might have to stop and restart this. Hold on a sec. Oh no, his ear was over it. Okay. But there was a big embankment over here on this side. And he'd run back and forth. There were like 4 parking places in between, and he'd run back and forth between the 2 of them. Mischief has a very loud purr. He sounds like a motorboat. Oh, that's so cute. Brucey has a loud purr. Brucey has a very loud purr. And Elaine also said they can be very pushy when they want attention. But it took us 4 hours with him running back and forth between the 2. And eventually my husband was like laying down like a spoon, and there's a little pile of chicken tenders, because there was a chicken tender place right across the street. So I went and bought some chicken tenders. There's a little pile of chicken mess right there in the middle of my husband's spoon. And we were playing kitten noises off of YouTube. Just nonstop kitten noises, trying to get this one close enough to us. And he would get to the point where he'd come up and he'd smell this is the chicken pile. He'd come up and he'd smell it and he'd run away. He'd come up, smell it, and he'd run away. He'd come up and smell it and he'd run away. And he'd come up and smell it and run away. And he'd get closer and closer and closer every time. And eventually he was getting close enough that I told my husband he was going to have one shot at grabbing him. I told my husband, you have one shot at this. If you miss him, if you drop him, if you let go, we will never catch him again. And I said, when you grab him, he is going to bite you, and it's going to hurt, and you cannot let him go. Otherwise, we will never catch him again. And so my husband grabbed him and got bitten and scratched and absolutely mangled by this little guy. But he didn't drop him. And we got him into my car, but of course we didn't have a cage, so he was just in my car. My husband and I were in 2 separate cars at the time. We got him in my car, and we got him home. And when we got him home, he was buried inside the dashboard. And I was like, I'm not even gonna. I'm not. I brought out a little bowl of food and a little bowl of water, and I put it on the floor of the car, and I just left him in there. And I came back out about an hour and a half later, and I found him asleep on the dashboard of my car. And I picked him up, and he purred so loudly, and there was no feist left in him at all. It was like, you're my person. I'm done. You caught me. We're good. And that's the only time I've ever heard him purr. That's it. That's the only time. I love that you went to extreme for such. Yeah, we did. Brucey is an I-4 rescue. Brucey was dodging traffic on I-4, and it's not as dangerous as it sounds. It wasn't full speed traffic. It was stop and go traffic. And my husband was behind this great big panel truck. And one a time when they were stopped, these kittens ran out from underneath, and one of them, its paw got run over, and a lady scooped it up and ran it straight to the vet. And then Brucey, my husband caught, and again, she bit the snot out of him. Oh, I found an itchy spot, didn't I? And she bit the snot out of him again, but he knew not to drop her. He knew not to do anything like that. So he grabbed her and got her in his car, and we could not find her in his car. We did the whole food thing, we did the whole weight thing, we could not find her. He ended up driving back to where he was. He was running an errand, and he came home, and then he went back and he finished running his errand with the cat still in the car, and then came back and or was he going to? No, maybe he was going to work, and he came back and I can't remember. I've slept since then. Brucey's almost 8 months old. I have slept since then. But Brucey was still in his car, and he came back home like 3 hours later. We still couldn't find her, and I took everything that I could out of the car. Like, I took out the wheel well, I took out the tire from the wheel well, I took out everything that I could take out, and we called over a neighbor of ours who had a significant amount of car tools to come over and take out all of the seats to try and find this cat that we knew was still in the car. And we found her. We didn't actually have to take out all the seats, but we were all ready to do that. And we found her, and we got her out, and she bit the snot out of everybody because she's just that way. And then my husband spent the next 3.5, probably 4 weeks defertilizing her in the bathroom. He'd sit in the bathroom. There was an office chair in the bathroom, and he would sit in the bathroom. And the bathroom's not big enough to have an office chair in it, okay? This is not like a palatial bathroom here. This is one of those narrow, long bathrooms with sinks on this side and a shower on that side and a toilet over there. There is not enough room for an office chair in this bathroom. But my husband sat in there in an office chair petting her for like 3.5, 4 weeks to defertilize her so that she could join general population with the rest of the animals. Yeah, we do it. We go a long way. All of our cats are a feline distribution service. And then Goldilocks, our puppy, she was a pound puppy. So, yeah, we go to great lengths to save our little fur babies. Are you ready to go up in your bed now? You look very relaxed. Yes, you do, but Mommy wants to get to work on her artist trading cards. Yes, Mommy does. Oh, yes, you're so cute. You're the most adorablest little boy. Yes, you are. You're my baby. Oh, I'm such a bear. I'm such a baby bear. Yes, you are. All right, you have to go up in your bed, little baby. Yes, you do. He's giving me that look like, no, Mom, no, I don't. You think I do, but I don't. Memes Sissy Dollar 3080 is new. You're a new person. Hi, Meme Sissy Dollar. Can I call you Sissy, or is there another name that you would like me to call you? And JJ can't hardly wait to get matched with my guide service dog. I think I have been a great time with the dog, being a horse for my birth, for my kitten Prince. Thanks, enjoyed this, love the babies. Thank you, Meme Sissy, and welcome to the guild. Welcome to the Sissy is fine. Welcome to the Chatty Crafty Guild. It's so nice to have new members. We love our new members, and this is a really great group of people. We get together and we craft, and we just have a really good time together, and we have fun, and we relax, and we rejuvenate each other, and we share spoons amongst each other. If you don't know what that is, I'm assuming that you do because you have a service dog, so I'm assuming you know spoon theory. So if you don't know what spoons are, then look up spoon theory. But we share spoons with each other, and we just have a really good, relaxing, comfortable time, and there's no demands made on anybody in this channel. There's really no demands. If you want to be a lurker, be a lurker. If you want to be a chatter, be a chatter. If you want to be an engager, be an engager. It's just whatever you need from my channel, because I do this because of mental health issues and because it's good for me, and I have found from feedback from other people that it's also good for other people. Baby bear, are you going down? You want down, down? You want down, down? I know, there's a pile over there. Can you make it? Oh, you made it. Good boy. Okay, he wanted down, down. All right, on to crafting. But yeah, it's just, I started this channel as emotional support for myself. And it's come to my attention from other people saying, after they've watched my channel, that it helps them too. So I keep going at it. One of my staunchest supporters and one of my favorite people, I've got several favorite people. I mean, I shouldn't really use the term favorite because so many of you are my favorites, but Amira was with me from the beginning. A couple other people, it turns out, was with me from the beginning, but my brain fog stopped me from remembering that they were, and now I don't know whether or not they want the recognition, so I don't say it, because if it's mentioned, I don't have no idea. But yeah, it's just a really fun little, gentle, kind channel full of gentle, kind people that surround ourselves in crafts. I will make sure to come back. I am a border and I have so many craft supplies. Yes, I know the spoons. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm VEDS, blind, and much more. So yes, dear, I relate. Oh my goodness gracious. Have a good night. I will join you a later day. Thank you. Thank the Lord. Yes. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Sissy. I hope you have a great evening. Sleep well. And it's so glad to meet you. I'm so glad to meet you. And I know the rest of the people are. Valerie said welcome, and Sandy Beach said hi. And Elena said, welcome new people. So you've had a lot of people say hello. So I hope you get a good night's rest or whatever it is that you're off to do. And we do look forward to seeing you again, Sissy. So have a great evening. All right, so I'm going to get started on my ATC cards. I made this one in the last live, was it? No, this is the one that I made on Sunday. I'm up to CC ATC number 4, and this is the first one that I'm going to give away. Sissy says, hello to everyone. Yes, you too. Yes, love the welcome. Thanks, warm thanks. Yay. So, yay, we have a new guild member. Oh, it's so wonderful to have new guild members. But this is my latest one. It's got my standard flower on it, the sideways flower with the butterfly with the path and then the grass and the leaves. And this one I actually put a few gems on. So this is ATC number 4. This is the first one that's actually going to be given away. And the giveaway for these is in Facebook through the Facebook Chatty Crafty Guild. The Facebook group is linked in the description of this, and it's just called Chatty Crafty. We call ourselves the guild members, but it's just called Chatty Crafty. And it's just a really great place to share your Ollie's finds and your cheap crafting supplies finds and, you know, your crafting stuff, and to just come and, you know, chill out and be who you are, because this channel loves authenticity. My logo. Yes, the little flower is my logo. Elena says that this is my logo. So yes, there we go. The little flower is my logo right there. Woot woot. There is at least one other YouTube channel that uses this, but it's okay because that's my defunct YouTube channel. It's not like anybody's stolen this. If you find it, yay. If you don't, that's okay too. But there is another YouTube channel that uses this, and if you find it, it's me. That's a defunct one. If you listen to any of the videos, you go, yep, that's Chatty. Yeah, we know that one. It's also a faceless, nameless Facebook YouTube channel, but I don't do anything with it anymore, so it's defunct. I messed up on that one, and I tried to do something, and I spent so many extra spoons that I didn't have, and I just ended up not being able to continue it. So that's what happened with that YouTube. I don't know why I keep calling it Facebook, but that's what happened with that YouTube channel. All right, we're going to start here. We're going to make a butterfly. Bam! Butterfly. And in doing that, I also have a butterfly outline. Look at that. So I'm going to put this down on here, and I'm going to keep these pretty flat. I'm not going to do a whole lot of dimension on these ATCs, but I'm going to keep them pretty flat and do that. What are these extra spoons you speak of? I know, Valerie, right? I mean, oh my goodness gracious, I have none today. I mean, I have like less than 0 spoons today. My memory is not coalescing with my logic. So logically, I have had 4 panic attacks since last Tuesday. My memory is only remembering 3 of them. And I don't know where the intersect is. I don't know where that goes. But it all because I had to talk on the phone. And that's really what caused the issues. And it was customer service, and I had to call 3 times. And that's where the disconnect is, because I remember calling on Tuesday, I remember calling on Saturday, no, I remember calling on Sunday, and I remember calling this morning. But my brain is telling me that I also called on Friday, but I don't remember that. That's where the logic and the memory disconnect is. So logically, I called on Friday, and by my memory, I didn't. So logically, I had 4 panic attacks. By memory, I had 3, but they were bad panic attacks, and my panic attacks are awful. My panic attacks are absolutely horrible because I spend the entire time screaming. I have this guttural scream, and it's this low moaning guttural scream. So however long I'm having a panic attack, that's how long I'm screaming. Bah! Bop. Oh, bop. There we go. So yeah, so that's the length of time that I have my panic attack. That's the length of time that I scream. So my voice is like bleh now. I got some money for my birthday and ordered a bunch of sale items from American Crafty. Yay, Elena, a happy late birthday. But I mean, we're birthday twins, so I've already wished you a happy birthday. So sorry, Cece. I wish I could help you. I know how difficult it can be to deal with customer service. Hey, Mary Alice. Mary Alice is in the house too. Yay! So yeah, the whole thing is resolved. And when I called the first time, I was pretty sure that the whole thing was going to be resolved in our favor, and it was going to be the best possible outcome for us that it could be. And it ends up that it was the best possible outcome that it could be for us. So there really shouldn't have been that level of, fear and anxiety along with it. But oh, dang it. Oh, it didn't fall that far. Hold on. Here we go. That one didn't fall very far. Apparently, I have a lot of stuff down there that's fallen down there because that one stayed on a pile. So, wow. Yeah. Weird. But yeah, so, I mean, I dealt with I did it. I dealt with the customer service. I did what I had to do. But it was just so bad. And like I said, it did resolve the way I expected it to in the first call on Tuesday. It resolved in our favor correctly the way it should have, which is good. But that doesn't change the fact that it was just so incredibly stressful for me. And it's awful. And it's not even customer service. It's talking on the phone. Anytime I have to talk on the phone to somebody that I did not know in the before times is just horrendous and awful. And it just drives me to whatever. It doesn't drive me to drink because I can't drink on my meds. But it drives me to whatever, it is what it is. I mean, obviously I'm making a butterfly ATC card. So apparently ATC card number 5 is just going to be a bunch of little butterflies on it. Because why not? And then I'll probably use my glitter pens to do some shaping around it because they have a really nice metallic look to them. Oh, they're so cool. I haven't even done the glitter pens on my channel yet. I have these glitter pens that are just amazing, and I haven't even pointed them out to anybody and shown them everything. Boink. Nope. Boink. There we go. And I think turning it over to punch it out, I think that was Elena's suggestion. It was such a good suggestion. It worked so well. I'm with you. I'm with you. I got nothing. Too much static, very little range of motion. I hate panic attacks. I don't make any noise. I just shake and get very nauseous and dizzy and end up crying. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Valerie. That one sounds awful too. I mean, okay, panic attacks are awful. We can agree on that one. Panic attacks are just awful. Across the board, without a doubt, panic attacks are just horrible, horrible things to go through. And I really feel for everybody who deals with them because, I mean, they're horrible. And the panic attack that I had this morning, my husband actually ended up being late for work because he stuck around for me because he knew the panic attack was coming because the final customer service call came we made it at like 8 o'clock this morning, and it took half an hour. Oh my gosh. It's like, come on, this is going to end up being the way we want it to. Can't we just do this faster? Although I will say that the one this morning was a little bit better than the other ones that I have been on, because the one this morning, the agent that we were talking to, I mentioned that hold music is a trigger for me, and he put me on hold without playing music, and oh my gosh, I could not have thanked him enough. Oh, that was such an exceptional thing. I was just so grateful that he could do that. Because, oh my gosh, hold music. I don't know how many other people are triggered by hold music, especially the hold music. This one wasn't so bad, but the hold music that goes up and down and around and ips and out and swims and, does all sorts of weird things with the music. And then there's, there's dissonance in it, and I don't know what it is with the hold music. I don't know why they do that, but oh my gosh, it just sent my brain. It just sent my brain, and it was not pleasant. I am astonished at how they affect each person differently. I'm glad that all worked out well for you, though. I wish it didn't cost you the panic. Thank you, Valerie. I wish it hadn't cost us the panic either. I wish it hadn't taken 3, maybe 4 phone calls. I remember 3 for sure, but maybe 4. And I'm trying, it's possible. I'm trying to mesh this together. It's possible that I had a panic attack on Friday, but I didn't make the phone call because I thought about making the phone call on Saturday and decided that I just did not have the spoons to do it. And that's why I ended up making it on Sunday. So it's possible that I put off the phone call Friday and Saturday. And maybe that's why my brain has this disconnect with only 3 phone calls, but 4 panic attacks. Panic and anxiety attacks are incredibly frustrating. I'm reading a chat. They are irrational and unpredictable. That is absolutely true. But everyone seems to have an answer that's not. Yeah, you're right, Elena. Everybody sits there, and this is one thing that I've noticed with our group is that we don't offer unrequested advice about our mental health issues. We listen to each other, and we commiserate with each other, and we empathize with each other, and we sympathize with each other, but we don't offer suggestions to each other. And I think that's amazing because most of us who have mental health issues of this nature, we have therapists and we have psychiatrists and we have people that we pay to help us. What we need in this group and what we need in this channel and what this channel seems to bring to the table is the ability to talk about them openly and freely without having to worry about people saying, well, you should do this or, well, you should do that. And it's like, you don't know me. You don't know what I go through. You don't know the full extent of the trauma that brought me to this point. Please don't tell me that you know what to do. We don't need that. We just need to have some place that we can come and commiserate. And that's really what this channel is becoming. And I love that about this channel. And we craft. Don't forget the crafting. We craft too. Yeah, no judgment here. That's exactly right, Elena. Hate hold music. Yeah, Elena also hates hold music. I believe it's meant to drive us all nuts. I don't know if the commercial was shown here in America. I know that I saw it on the English channels. And it was just a cute commercial. And I think it was a beer commercial. And actually, it might have been on the United States channels because it might have been during the football season. Because I do end up watching American commercials during football season. But I do have to say that I spend most of my time watching the channels out of Honolulu. Ooh, I love the fact that we can watch television over the internet now. Because I watched all the stations out of Honolulu because the Hawaiian stations are so much more pleasant to watch than any of the stateside stations. Oh my goodness gracious, they're so much nicer. But where I was going with that was there was a commercial where this couple were sitting and they were just the female portion of this couple was sitting on a couch listening to hold music, and they ended up dancing to it after a while because your hold time is 5 hours. Your hold time is 3 hours. And your hold time is 6 hours. But they ended up dancing to it. I thought that was a really cute one. I think Cece likes picking on my former career. I don't like picking on your former career. I know that you were an advertising person, but you yourself have said that some of the stuff was icky. I'm just going to put it out there that say that you yourself have said that. So, I mean, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying. And it's not all advertising. It seems to be American advertising. I absolutely love British ads. I know I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Mr. Kipling's commercial for their cakes. There are 5 words in it. It says, Mr. Kipling, really good cakes. That's the entire voiceover for the entire commercial. That's it. That's all the talking that goes on. But what's going on in the commercial is so wholesome and so amazing and so wonderful. And I love it so much. I know I've mentioned it before. I'm going to say it again for anybody who hasn't heard it yet. Mr. Kipling's cake commercial is amazing. It is the 2 people that are in it, I would say, are Caribbean. They just have a very Caribbean look to them. And it's an older man and a younger woman, and there's a picture of them shown in the commercial where the woman is much, much younger and the man is also much, much younger. So I'm thinking that this is like a grandfather-granddaughter relationship or maybe a father-daughter relationship. And she's in the kitchen getting tea and cakes, the Kipling cakes. But she's in the kitchen and he's sitting at a piano and there's a bunch of boxes around. So he either is about to move or he has just moved. And there's a bunch of boxes sitting around the apartment. And the music starts playing. He plays a couple notes on the piano, and then she grabs the cups and she grabs the plate of cakes and she runs to the piano and she sets the cups down and she sets the cakes down. She grabs the cake, she eats a bit of the cake, she puts the cake back down, and then she sits down and she starts playing a duet with the guy. And they sit there and they laugh and they have a great time and they enjoy each other's company. And it's obviously a memory for them that they are reliving, and it is so beautiful and so wonderful. And at the end, it says, Mr. Kiplinger, really good cakes. That's the entire voiceover for the entire ad, and I love it so much. I love the Publix holiday ads. Yeah, Mary, those are sweet, but I will tell you that the Sainsbury holiday ads are better. And right now they're running Easter ads. I don't know if Publix runs Easter ads, but Sainsbury and Tesco and Lidl and all of those other stores over in the UK, they're running Easter commercials right now. So I'm trying to figure out which sides I've put these on, because some of these are double-sided, so I don't want to mess it up. I love the tire commercial that has an unsatisfied customer that throws the tire through the window. That a real customer actually did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's good. That's funny. Doris is saying, Elena, I hope your goods come to you quickly. Brenda, you're back. Hi. Hello, Brenda. Brenda is back in the house. Welcome, Brenda. We love to see you here. Thank you for joining us. This is just, it's just small time emotional support background noise crafting. I've had a really, really bad few days, and I'm just sitting here crafting to, crafting and commiserating with the guild about everything that's happened. And I'm making the ATC cards for the bingo game, because this Friday, the Friday night live stream, because I always go live Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Brenda says, hi, friend. Yay. I mean, that is one way to get the point across. Yes, that is one way to get the point across. Very much so. That is very much a way to get the point across. Throw a tire through a window. I don't condone that kind of activity. It's kind of, one of those get arrested kind of moments, but, it is one way to get a point across. I will say that. This is my favorite little picker. I got this off of Temu, and I don't know why, but it lights up. Oops, sorry. It's my alarm going off, remembering to check out Finch, one of my apps that I have to go to every day. Finch is not an app that does anything other than make me feel good, and it lets me play with it's got a little burb, B-I-R-B. It's not spelled bird. It's got a little burb in it, and the whole thing is, it's just a really nice background app to sit there and play in, because you really can't spend any money on it. It's not one of those, when you download it, it says offers in-app sales, but there's really only one thing you can do. You can either be a Plus member or you're not. And I'm not a Plus member. I've never paid for it. There's nothing else you can buy in the app. Absolutely nothing else that you can buy in the app. But when you do things, it's a goal-setting app, and it's a emotional support app. And when you do things in it, you get little gems that you can use to buy clothes and stuff for the little burb, B-I-R-B, burb house. And so I play in it and get stuff for my little burb to wear and stuff for the little burb house that she lives in. It's just a cute little app. But that's my reminder, because I have to go to it every day in order to keep up my streak. So, but I've already done it today, so I don't need to do it now. I did that before I went live. I made sure that all of those things were taken care of. I'm going to overlap these. I think that's going to be cool. I'm not doing a whole lot of dimension in this. Brendan, did I miss somebody? Oh, Brenda. Oh, okay, Brenda. Okay, did I miss somebody? Hello to all. I just got home. Oh, good. I'm glad you made it home safely, Doris. That's wonderful to hear. Thank you for letting us know. Brenda says, hi, Doris. And Elena says, sorry, I meant Brenda. That's okay. It's just... one of my cutie pies is Brendan Fraser, and so I got all excited thinking that, my brain, because my brain goes to extremes, honestly thought that Brendan Fraser, for like a microsecond, like a milli microsecond, thought that Brendan Fraser might have tuned into my channel. Yeah, that would be wishful thinking right there, wouldn't it? And yes, my husband knows that Brendan Fraser is one of my cutie pies, so we'll just leave it at that. No, I just can't type. So, yeah. Anyway. But, yeah. So, I mean, I love British television. I absolutely do. And I have found a way for anybody who has a VPN to get British television for free. And most of the stuff that I watch is on Channel 4. This channel is all about ways to get stuff for low prices. Oh, you know what? I plugged in the brick. and I plugged the cord into the iPad, but I did not plug the cord into the brick. Huh, that's not good. Let's plug the cord into the brick. Oh, there's another one for your bingo card. Although I very rarely bring the cord back here. I just don't know how long I'm going to be live, and I do know that my device, my iPad, will only stay live for about 2 hours before the battery goes, nope, we're done. So anyway, you know, it wouldn't be a Chatty Crafty channel. It wouldn't be a Chatty Crafty, whatever these things are called, live stream, if it weren't for something going wrong, something going on, something happening. And that's why we have bingo cards for the Friday night live streams, which is where I was going. And then I got off on a tangent on Channel 4. Okay, which do you want? Oh, I'm not even going to ask. It's going to take y'all 30 seconds to hear my question and then answer it. It's going to be a minute before that happens. So I'm going to talk about Channel 4, and I'm going to talk about the bingo cards. So we've got, where's this one's, no, that one will work. So Channel 4 bingo cards. And yes, I can read that. I realize that nobody else can, but yes, I can read that. I find it interesting. People get very strong feelings about British television, especially comedy. Most love or hate it, and not much in between. That's absolutely correct, but I'm hoping that I can help other people understand that there's some amazing stuff once you get past the comedy. And it's important to understand that Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearances are 80s shows, sometimes 70s shows. The new stuff that's coming on for the comedies and things like that are so much better. Like Ghosts, if you watch the American version of Ghosts, there was a UK version first. If you watch the American version of Office, there was a UK version first. If you watch the American version of Doc Good, or The Good Doctor, or whatever it is, the one where he's in that Maine town and he's autistic, that is the American version of Doc Martin. And Doc Martin is so good. Oh my gosh, I have seen every episode of Doc Martin so many times. Doc Martin is one of my emotional support background noises because it's so raw and wonderful. It's a good drama. It really is. But, you know, a lot of these comedies that people are going, oh, this is so cool. Yeah, those are British comedies that have been brought over to America. So maybe think about that, people. Anyway, what I was saying. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about Channel 4 and the bingo cards. How to get Channel 4 for free. And most of the stuff that I watch is stuff that's offered on Channel 4. Things like Married at First Sight. They've got an Australia version and a UK version. And MAFS Australia this year is just, ugh, but we'll get into that later. But they've also got things like Patience, which is a crime drama with an autistic person. Oh no, I already have one of those down. I don't want to double up colors on this. Darn it. Well, I'll stick this one on another one. There, that one can go on another ATC because I don't want to double up colors on these. I'm trying to make every one of the butterflies on here different. And I already had one like that written down there. Erica in the house. Hi, Erica. How are you doing tonight? Or this morning, or wherever you are. It's morning in the Eastern Daylight Time. It's still night everywhere else in the United States. But yeah, so how to get Channel 4 for free. If you have to have a VPN and you go to any London or any UK VPN address, I switch between London and Manchester and Edinburgh. Those are the three that I use, just the ones that are in my favorites. So my VPN goes through London, Manchester, and Edinburgh. And I sit there and I do that. And you need a UK address. So look up, seriously, literally Google any UK address. You can Google Buckminster Palace if you wanted to, although I probably wouldn't suggest that particular one because they might recognize that address. But, you know, just anything, you know, a Lidl in Manchester or something like that. Just look up an address, and then when they ask you for the address, you give them that address. It asks you for a zip code first, and then it'll give you some suggested addresses in that zip code. You can either choose one of those or pick your own address in the zip code, in that particular zip code. And then they ask you for a name. I did not give them my real name. I didn't give them Chatty Crafty, but I didn't give them my real name either. And they ask for an email address, and you have to give them a real email address because they send you a code to log into the channel, and it's free. Once you've done that, you go to channel4.com and it's free. It is absolutely free. There is a paid version, but the paid version is no ads. And quite frankly, I like the ads. I like British ads. They are so much better than American ads. And so I don't pay for it because I want to watch the ads, because I like the ads. And yeah, they have a whole litany of everything. There's Patience, like I said, which is a crime drama, and the main character is autistic. There's Would I Lie to You, which is hilarious. It's got two comics, David Mitchell and Lee Mack, and then the guy in the middle, and I can never remember it, Rob Crichton or something like that. And he's the host. And then the David Mitchell and Lee Mack have a team of two other people, and they are famous people. But they're anybody. I mean, they have had Olympians on there. They have had Para-Olympians on there. They have had rap stars on there. They have had, apparently in the British version of Dancing with the Stars, which is not called Dancing in the Stars. It's not called Dancing with the Stars, but the British version of that, Strictly Ballroom. They have an announcer that has Down syndrome. They've had her on there. They have had people who are doctors on there. They have had people with astronomy PhDs on there. They have had other comics on there. They have had just everything. Everything is shown on British television. And by everything, I mean everything. If there is a permutation of that in the human race, they are shown on British television. Britons don't hide. The Brits don't hide people that are different. And I think that is amazing. And everybody gets along just fine. There's a lady that's on a lot of the British shows, Rosie Jones. No, that's not right. Rosie something. She has cerebral palsy, and she talks like she has cerebral palsy, and she moves like she has cerebral palsy. And when she's on these shows, because she's on Taskmaster and Would I Lie to You, and 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown, 8 out of 10 Cats, she's on all of these panel shows all the time. And when she's talking, she talks slow and she talks differently, and nobody tries to finish her sentences for her. Nobody tries to talk over her. Nobody does any of that. They just sit back and relax and let her say her thing. And when she's done talking, other people talk. It's amazing. That is one of the biggest reasons that I like British television, is that they bring out authentic people, and they bring out real people, and they show actual real things. One of the shows that you can get on channel4.com using the little system that I said with the VPN through a British city, one of the shows is Naked Attraction. And in Britain, the things that they do at the beginning of the show is not written. It's not TVMA written up in the corner. They actually say what it is that's going to come on, because there are blind people watching British television. So they need to hear what is going to be in the thing, so that they can decide whether or not they want to watch it. And the opening for for Naked Attraction, the opening is strong adult language and content and full frontal nudity from the start and throughout. They tell you right up front, you're going to see naked people. And you see naked people. You see 14 naked people during the course of a 1-hour show. And one of the reasons that I absolutely love it is because they show real, honest bodies. I have seen trans bodies, I've seen pre-op trans bodies, I've seen post-op trans bodies, seen people with amputations, I've seen people with giantism, I've seen people with dwarfism, I've seen people covered in tattoos, I've seen people with no tattoos, I've seen people that have spinal bifida, I've seen people that have cerebral palsy on that show. And every bit of the people that you see is absolutely real. And one of the things that they say constantly, especially about women, is that all women's bodies are different, like snowflakes, and they're all beautiful like snowflakes. Can you imagine how much less mental health problems we would have in the United States of America if our youth got to see actual, real, naked people instead of what they have access to, which is basically powder puff, airbrushed poof in magazines that don't respect women? I mean, come on. So anyway, Naked Attraction is one of the ones that you can get there. And obviously I can't show any clips of Naked Attraction ever, because it is full frontal nudity from the start and throughout. I mean, the very first thing they do is they raise the box, because they're called pods. The way Naked Attraction works is you've got one person who's the picker, and then you've got these 6 pods. And these 6 pods have naked people in them. And they start with the host sits there and chats with the person who's the picker, and they have a little conversation about why they're here and what they're looking for, and what turns them on. And the whole idea is that the naked attraction starts where a good date ends, because you start with the naked people. And so the picker sits there, and then they open the pods, and they open from bottom up. So the very first thing you see is the genitalia. Right there, bam, genitalia right in your face. And then they raise it up, and you see the chests. And each time the picker picks one person that they're not attracted to. And it can be for any reason. This person has too many tattoos. This person, I like people that are taller than I am. And so whatever reason the picker gives, they go. And it's almost always, I've only seen like once or twice where it wasn't a respectful reason, but once or twice it's been a disrespectful reason. But 99% of the time, the reason that they give is a respectful reason. The picker picks somebody to go, and then they go. And then they raise to the chests, and the picker picks somebody to go after the chests, and then they go, and then they raise to the faces, so the picker gets to see all the faces, and they pick somebody, so now we're down to 3. And then they do voices, and the picker picks somebody to go based on their voices, and then the picker goes and gets naked. And the 2 people that are left are standing here, and with the host, and the picker comes back out butt naked. And so you've got 3 naked people on stage talking to each other. And, they ask, what do you like about this person? What do you like about these people's bodies? All this other stuff. And they'll ask these 2 people while they're waiting, what do you like about each other's bodies? And then the picker will pick one of them to go on a date with. So picker picks somebody, they go on a date. And then the last person that's not picked, they go off, and they have a little, chat at the end with each person after they get not picked. And then they go on a date, and then 2 to 4 weeks later, they bring them back and they sit them on a couch and say, how'd the date go? And almost always it's a terrible date, because honestly, picking somebody based on their body is not really a good way to pick a date. But there have been some success stories where they have gotten really good success stories. And one of the most amazing ones is there was this guy that was on there like 4 years prior to when I saw the next one. So chronologically, there was 4 years in a gap, and he came on the first time and he was Steve, and he came on the second time and he was Dawn or something like that. In between, he had full sex change operation. He was completely trans, completely post-op trans. So the first time he was there, he was a man. The second time he was there, the second time she was there, she was a woman, and she picked somebody based on that. And that one, they worked out well, and they were a cute couple. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. But yeah, that's the way British television works. Can you imagine how much healthier our kids would be if they had access to something like that? CC, have you used texture paste other paste? They have some many types. I have about 14 bottles of texture paste. Have I ever used any of it? No. Can I put my hands on it? Actually, yes, because they're on the floor by the door, which means that they stay unburied by stuff. We are such prudes here. I'm assuming by here you mean the USA, and I agree with you. They are better on TV in other parts of the world. You're absolutely right. I think I would rather not watch that show. That's fine, Mary Alice. You don't have to watch that show. It's not going to be for everybody. I just wish that that was available for our children in the United States of America who honestly think that long schlongs and perky boobs are the only way for women and men to look, because it's not. Genitalia covers the entire gambit of everything. Boobage covers the entire gambit of everything. And it's important for people to know that what they have is just fine, because, they're comparing, in the United States of America, they're comparing themselves to Playboy and Playgirl, which are airbrushed crap. So yeah, but it's amazing. They have full frontal nudity on the great, every now and then on the Big Fat Quiz of Everything. Brits are not prudes. They're just not. And they sit there and they say there is full frontal nudity in this show. And they say they put it out there at the beginning because Britons, the people in the UK, and this might be all of Europe, but I watch UK television the most. They put it out there and they say, this is what we're showing you. You get to decide whether or not you want to watch it. And like you said, Mary Alice, you said you don't want to watch it. That's perfectly fine. You had the choice whether or not you wanted to watch it, but it's there for the people who do want to watch it. And that's something that this country doesn't do. This country does not give the option to people to watch something like that, because this country is a bunch of prudes that think that they've got separation of church and state, and they don't. And it's terrible for our youth. I am going to break that glass mat underneath there if I keep doing that. I think, let's see, I hate the fact that someone decided that we are supposed to think someone is attractive based on their ideals. You're absolutely right, Elena. That's absolutely true. Very much so. All right, the other thing that I was going to talk about is the bingo cards. Okay, that's British television in a nutshell. That is why I like British television. It's not just naked attraction, it's also first dates, which is the other end of the gambit, where they take people and they match them up based on the things that they like, and they put them in a restaurant and they go on a first date with cameras around them, and they get to decide whether or not the person that they're with is somebody that they'd like to see again. And sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. And it's perfectly fine. And, you know, they sit there and they're very respectful. The people who don't want to see each other again, they're not making up excuses as to why they don't. And it's like, you know, I really like you. You're a great person, but I just don't feel that spark of attraction to you, and things like that. And that's, you know, that's such a respectful way to deal and talk to people. And the American television just doesn't have that. American television wants clash and fight and strife and drama. And I think that one of the reasons that Americans think that fight and strife and drama and clash and Karen is all okay, you know, the Karens and the Felicias and whatever the male version of that is, I think it's Kenny, you know, whatever it is, you know, that's the reason that Americans think that's okay, is because that's what we see on television. And the reason that Britons don't think it's okay is because that's not what they see on television. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I am proud that my children, now adults, never idolize famous people. Perfect. I've done a fair share of modeling in my younger life, and it's not what people think it is. My kids got to see so much. That's good for them, Elena. And I'm sorry you went through that, because it sounds like it wasn't a great thing for you. I'm going to be going to bed now. Bye, Sandy. You didn't get to hear about bingo cards, but you can watch the replay later. You just skip to wherever we are. I've been online for almost an hour now, so skip the first hour and watch the replay. Sounds like a better show. Night, Sandy. Yeah, First Dates is also a very good show. Good night, Sandy. Sleep well. Night. So everybody's wishing Sandy good night. Night, Sandy. Sleep well. I'm so glad that you were here for part of this. I realize that it's late, and I honestly think that people are going to come and go however long I'm online, and I don't know how long I'm going to be online for this one. I say on my Friday Night Lives that I try to keep it to an hour, which it never is. It's usually about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. But this one, I have no idea how long it's going to go, because I am here because I am, you know, in need of some mental stimulation from the that's happened in the last few days. Let's see if I can find the rest of those. They're not there. I have a whole bunch of little partial pieces. Oh, baby bear's back. You got to go butt-ski-upski, baby bear. Mommy's crafting now. You got to go butt-ski-upski. There you go. There's my baby bear. But they also have, like I said, Patience. They've got another one called A Woman of Substance, about a woman who was jilted by a family, and the whole thing is about her revenge. So there's drama. I mean, Bridgerton comes from the UK. So if you like Bridgerton, that's British television right there. And that's on Netflix. There's another one that's available. It used to be available on Netflix. I don't know what channel aired it, so it may or may not be on Channel 4, but it was called Sex Education, which is another really good one. It's a drama set in a high school of students who are going through what normal kids go through when they go through all of the puberty and all of the sex stuff, but it's done so much more respectfully for the kids and the way it really is and the way it really goes, and I can't get this apart. Chaos and drama is what gets the watchers. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why I don't watch much TV. There you go, Valerie. I get that. You know, I fully understand not watching television in this country, because it's just terrible. Like I said, if I end up having to watch television in America, because I watch football, and I love football, I love the NFL, it is amazing. I watch Honolulu stations. I watch the stations out of Honolulu. And like I said, I love the fact that we can watch television online now, because I don't have to deal with the horrible stuff in the lower 48. Alaska is kind of in that horrible stuff too. So the North American mainland, I don't watch television stations there. I just don't. I can't bring myself to put myself through that kind of bleh. So, I saw that show. It was interesting. I'm not sure which show that was. I don't remember which one I was talking about most recently, because I'm literally just babbling here. I've cut out a lot of the flower on this one, because I'm going to have to put tape behind it if I get the stuff that's behind there. The saying, if it bleeds, it leads, is very accurate. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that one, but that's horrible. And I get what you're saying. If it's a story where someone gets hurt, then it's the lead story on the news. And another thing about British television, oh my gosh, there are zero, absolutely no news blurb ads or prescription drug ads. None. Zip zilch, nada. Not a one. And very few lawyer ads. And the only lawyer ad that I'm seeing right now is them trying to get people to hire them to get their money back from car loan practices that were shady. It's the only lawyer ad I'm seeing right now. And, you know, like I said, the commercials, that Kiplinger snack commercial is my favorite commercial. I sit there and I smile every time I see it. I've probably seen it 100, 150 times now, and I still smile every stinking time I see that commercial because it is an amazing commercial. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. There we go. So let's see if I can find another color because I got room for 2 more butterflies on here. But I need to find another color of paper to stick on there. I was trying to remember when these pharmaceutical ads started because we never had those as a kid. I'm right there with you. Both Valerie and I are Gen X. We never had those as a kid. That is not something that we had to deal with as a kid. You know, the ask your doctor. And I think they started about the same time that the cigarette ads stopped. Because we did have cigarette ads. I mean, everybody remembers the Marlboro Man if they're Gen X, you know, and I'm really glad that the cigarette commercials stopped, but they didn't need to be replaced by pharmaceutical commercials in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So, yeah, there's that. All we had was the fried eggs in your brain drug. Yeah, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Yep, I remember that ad. Baby Bear has fallen asleep in him bed for those of you who want but Baby Bear update. He's on him snoozing in him bed because he's a baby and he's my love bug and I adore him so much. I really do. I just absolutely adore my little Baby Bear. I don't have one of these on there. Let's put one of these on. And it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, because those were the kids that missed the street lights coming on. You know, it's amazing that they had to have commercials that said it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Because they missed the street light. Yep. We used to have rules in advertising. They follow less and less laws, especially since the internet is a primary form of advertising now. Yep, we were not allowed to have certain commercials. Yep. Yeah, and I wish that there were... They still had rules that said that you couldn't have certain commercials because some of the commercials that you see on American television are so toxic. I mean, just unbelievably toxic. And in fact, there's give me a second. Trivago. Trivago runs the same ad in many different countries. And I have seen the same ad in many different permutations of, I've seen it in Canadian dollars, I've seen it in US dollars, I've seen it in pounds, I've seen it in euros. So they do the same exact commercial, but the amount that people spend changes based on what country it's being shown in. So if it's in the EU, then they're talking about euros. Ooh, I paid 130 euros. What? 130? I paid 185 euros. You know which one I'm talking about. US dollars. They show the same exact ad. And one of them is the one where the lady is sitting there. She's doing the filming and they keep running a horse past her and sticking mud on her. And they keep on saying, no, more mud, more mud, more mud. If you know which one I'm talking about, you know which one I'm talking about. And I've seen it in the American permutation of it, and I've seen it in the foreign permutation of it. And I think I've seen it in euros and in pounds. So I've seen the same ad, and at the end in Europe, they ask her if she wants a mud bath, and she just demurely looks down and goes, mm-mm. And in America, when they ask her if she wants a mud bath, she goes, no. And that's a huge change. And no, it's not quite that dramatic in the American one, but it's very vocal and it's very brusque in the American commercial. It's the same actress. It's the same commercial. It is the same horse. It's the same mud. It's the same dress. She just filmed it for the British audience with a little demure, no, thank you. And for the American audience with the no. And that's a sad statement. That really is a sad statement. Yeah, well, look who owns the media. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, Sandy's going to bed. Oh, did Sandy? I thought Sandy went to bed a while ago. Anyway, oops, that got stuck. Oh, Oh, so Doris typed out Night Sandy and it got stuck in her thing. Yeah, I know. Sometimes when I hit send, YouTube sends my comments, and sometimes when I hit send, YouTube doesn't send my comments. I've noticed that. Too hard to explain the laws on here. I bet it is, Elena. Yep. It was Sandy. Sandy left a long time ago. Doris just typed it in, and when she hit send, YouTube didn't actually send it, so it got stuck in her outgoing little box and just got stuck there. Oh, look what else I found. Apparently, my husband found this at a yard sale at some point in time. So that might be where all of these came from, so I don't know. But yeah, it's got somebody on the back of it. That's not me. I'm going to wipe that off because I don't know if they want to be... hold on. I'm going to get my little moist wipe out. And do that. Nope, it's not coming off. Oh well. I just won't turn that pad over. So anyway, where was I? Talking about British television. Anyway, British television is amazing. British television is so much more forthright. Oh, and the other thing about British television, at the end of first dates, because a lot of people on first dates have had tragedies in their lives, and they talk about it. At the end of Naked Attraction, a lot of the people have had tragedies in their lives, and they talk about it. At the end of Would I Lie to You, sometimes it's triggering subjects, and they talk about it. And then at the end, it says, if you have been affected by any of these subjects brought up here, go to channel4.com/support. And it's mental health from a television station. A television station. A television station is providing mental health support for the people in the UK and the people in the US, and you don't even need a VPN. You can go to channel4.com/support from any computer anywhere that I have been, which is basically my house. So in America and through VPNing through to Europe, you can go to channel4.com/support and you can read the litany of things that they have available to support the mental health of the people who watch the television. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like Britain wants people to be well and America, the United States of America, wants people to be ill. And I don't understand that. I really, 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 really just don't get it. So yeah, go to channel4.com/support and read the list of things that are available to help people's mental health. I mean, it's phenomenal, and it's amazing, and it's huge, and it's wonderful. And I'm going to get out my glitter pens now because I'm going to just fill in this. It's taken me forever. These ATC cards are obviously going to take me forever to make because I just sit here chatting while I'm doing it. And apparently I'm not very good at doing the chatting and the crafting. Oh, silly me. So let's see. Yes, I can take a reality show here and there, but the replacement of 99% of scripted shows for reality trash isn't fun. You're absolutely right, Doris. You're absolutely right. And, Britain has reality shows. First Date is a reality show. Naked Attraction is a reality show, but they're so much more supportive. Would I Lie to You is technically a reality show. I mean, it's kind of a game show because they're points, but it's really not. It's a bunch of, Would I Lie to You? I love the format of Would I Lie to You because what it is, it's a bunch of famous people getting on stage and reading off of cards that they've never seen before, a statement that may or may not be true, but they have to sell it to the other team as if it is true. And then the other team has to decide whether or not they're telling the truth or whether or not they're lying. And it's funny because some of the things, one of the ones that was given to Lee Mack was that he eats his cereal every morning with fresh milk that he milked from a cow on a neighbor's farm, and he had to carry the stool to the neighbor's farm to milk the cow and carry the stool back to eat his cereal. And when he got done, it was obviously a lie. And when he got done with it, he was looking at the camera, talking to the producers going, no, it's not that I eat fresh milk on my cereal. No, it's that I have to milk the cow. And no, it's not that I just have to milk the cow. It's that I have to walk with the stool for a mile to get to the cow. And no, it's not that I leave the stool there. Could you have made this harder for me to sell as a lie? It was so funny. I loved it. You can't generally get rich off of people's mental health issues in the UK, but that's true. That's another one, Erica. You're absolutely right. Mental health issues is a big business here in the United States, especially with all of the ads for prescription drugs and whatnot, and you end up with people that are getting rich off of other people being ill, so why fix the problem when people are getting rich off of it? You are absolutely right in saying that, Erica. 100,000 million billion %, and yes, I know that's like not possible, but I said it anyway. I put it out there and I said it, and I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah, it was funny. So Doris, reality TV, although not reality, is very inexpensive. So that's why it become popular. Another reason that it became popular, Elena, is 20 some odd years ago, there was a writer's strike. And the writer's strike went on a lot longer than people expected it to. So that was one of the birth of the horrid reality television shows. I mean, America has had reality shows for a long time. I mean, we Gen Xers, we grew up with Donahue. There's a name from the past, huh? But I mean, so we've had shows like that since forever. And, it's not that it was a new thing, but then when the writer's strike hit and all that they could do was reality shows, they just kept getting nastier and nastier. That's where you got a Fear Factor. And that's where you got, I can't think of the other ones because I don't watch them, so they're not in the top of my head. But that's where you get all of those nasty, horrible reality shows is from that writer's strike. And then, the damage was done. They couldn't get it to stop. If the medical system were truly there for the people, they wouldn't just manage symptoms, they would cure people. Exactly right, Valerie. That's one of the other big things about one of the other huge differences between America and the UK is that America has Susan G. Komen and America has other ones. I'm not going to diss the American Cancer Society because they are doing good things, but you've got ones like Susan G. Komen, which, the administrators of that particular charity get so much money in pay that almost none of what you give goes to that. Well, Britain has Stand Up to Cancer. And every penny that is donated through all of the things that are done through Stand Up to Cancer goes to curing and research for cancer. And it's so different from what goes on here in America. And a lot of the television shows do Stand Up to Cancer thing. There's a Great British Bake Off Stand Up to Cancer series, which you can find on channel4.com if you go in with a VPN through a British city. Through a UK city, okay? But you can watch and they get celebrities there. And David Schwimmer was one of the celebrities that they brought there. And Terry Hatcher was one of the celebrities that they brought over to England to do Stand Up to Cancer Celebrity Bake Off Edition. And so you've got celebrities baking stuff in the tents, and they're not really nice to the celebrities. Some of the, if you watch Great British Bake Off, you'll understand this terminology, but some of the technical things that they've had the people do are like Napoleons with the puff pastry where they had to make their own real puff pastry. It's like, wow, y'all don't expect them to succeed in this, do you? But yeah, they do stories about people that have been affected by cancer, and then they, and if you've been affected by any of the things that I have brought up in this particular live stream, go to channel4.com/support and see what is out there to help you. There, look, I'm even going to use channel4.com/support. So yeah, I mean, but all the money that they raise for Stand Up to Cancer goes to cancer research, and they are so far ahead because, like you said, Valerie, America is trying to manage and make money off of cancer, whereas Britain is trying to cure cancer. It's a huge difference. It's a huge, huge difference. Reality, haha. Yeah, Doris says reality in quotes, and when haha said, I can tell some stories about Donahue as well, but Elena apparently has stories about Donahue too. Elena, you're going to have to spill the tea one of these days. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say you have to spill the tea, even though I just did say that. It would be very appreciated if one of these days you did spill the tea on some of these things that because you know a lot of tea. You have a lot of tea in your pot, Elena. I just realized I have way too much knowledge about this stuff. See, there you go. The real measure of a doctor would be how many people they can get off medication, not how many prescriptions they can give to their patients. Absolutely right, Valerie. 1000%. You are absolutely correct on that. I mean, 1000%. You really are. And it's the whole idea of drug reps is also kind of one of those EU kind of things that are kind of icky. I don't want to pay. And it's the same thing with my acetaminophen. Well, I don't buy acetaminophen, but it's the same thing with my ibuprofen. It's the same thing with my the one that you use to go to sleep and as an antihistamine. I had dimethicone in my brain, and that's not right. Where did it go? It's like I pulled off a little sticky thing, and I can't find it. There we go. So right there. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was amazed that I'm not on any medications at my age, 55. I explained that it was not for lack of trying on the part of doctors. You're absolutely right. Diphenhydramine. Thank you, Erica. I knew it wasn't what I was, I knew it wasn't dimethicone. But yeah, diphenhydramine. The same drug is sold as an antihistamine and as a sleep aid. And if you buy it as an antihistamine, it says warning may cause drowsiness. Well, duh. And it's cheaper to buy it as an antihistamine than it is to buy it as a sleep aid. So if you want to have the sleep aid, buy the antihistamine because it's still diphenhydramine. In both cases, it's diphenhydramine. People, read the boxes on these medications that you're buying and buy the cheap one, because if you buy the expensive one, like the ibuprofen, if you buy the one in the little blue box with the little orange letters on it, you're paying $1 for the drug, which you could buy the generic form for $1, and then another $10 for advertising and CEO bonuses and bonuses for the people who have stock in that company and for the box, the pretty box that you get it in. And quite frankly, I'd rather save that $10, put it in my own dang pocket, and buy the little $1 one that's generic, that's the exact same drug. Really and truly, that's it. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I buy a lot of my craft supplies from Temu, because I would rather pay Temu prices than Simon Says Stamp prices, although Simon Says Stamp is running a pretty good sale right now, not sponsored by anybody, not even Temu, which Temu won't sponsor me because I keep on giving away secrets. But, you know, these ideas that, you know, you have to pay full price for these things when really all you're paying for is advertising, CEO salaries, and pretty packaging. That's it. That's all you're paying is pretty packaging. I mean, I bought this package of things right here for $1 because I bought them from the Ollie's thing, but they would have been $6. If I bought the same thing from Temu, which they do sell things like this on Temu, it's like 70 cents. Why would I pay $6 full price, which I don't mind paying $1, you know, because I get to look at them and see what size they are and everything. But, you know, why would I pay $1? Why would I pay $6 for this when I can buy it off of Temu for 70 cents? And yes, I realize that I am costing big CEOs their paycheck, and I am fine with that. I am stinking okay with that. Not for lack of trying diphenhydramine, Erica Jinx. Apparently Erica and Doris both said diphenhydramine at the same time. I get the generic antihistamine tablets, but I always get the ones from behind the pharmacy counter. Otherwise, you're right. Yeah, you got to get the one from the behind the, when they changed that from phenylalanine, no, that phenylalanine is a amino acid. Hold on a second. A phenolphthalein is an indicator. It's got phenol in it somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but the one that you have to get from behind the counter works a lot better than one you get from the front of the counter. Our medical system is in bad shape, and sadly, it's going to get much worse before it gets better. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Elena. It really is, because even insurance companies that are supposed to be helping you are in it for profit. You know, the people who do insurance for the sake of insurance. Wow, there was not much ribbon on that roll. I've only used this like once, and it's gone. Wow, that was a tiny, tiny bit of ribbon. Anyway, I'll still use it. I mean, it's not like it's going to go to waste. It's just, there's a very tiny amount of ribbon on there. Oh, I need my glasses. I cannot read that. Can I find my glasses? Nope, I can't. Oh, there they are. They're hiding underneath there. See, there we go. Losing something and then finding it. See, the bingo cards. I have not talked about the bingo cards yet. All right. Let me get this. What does this say? American Crafts, copyright 2016. Look, this is only 2 years newer than my batteries. 35 inches. Oh, wow. So it's 4 feet. Well, 35 inches is not 4 feet, people. Oh, it's 0.35 inches times 4 feet. So it's 1/3 of an inch wide times 4 feet. So it's a yard and a foot. So no wonder that ran out so quickly. There's not very much on there. Okay, put my glasses away, which I'm going to lose again, and then I'll find them again, and then I'll lose again. Look at the cool little glitter pens, though. These are the glitter pens that I got. I haven't ever really tested them on my channel. These are Jussard. It's another one that I got from Temu from the Get 100 or Daily Coupon 100 promotion that they do. You just type Get 100 into the search bar, or Daily Coupon 100, and if you're eligible for it, then you buy a couple items and they give you coupons over the next 2 weeks. And I now have the hiccups, which is going to really annoy me, but you get coupons over the next 2 weeks, and the last coupon is a $49 off $49 coupon. I can't use it for stuff from China because then I'd have to still put another $20 on it to make my minimum purchase requirement, but I can get local stuff shipped to me for free because it's beyond the $30 per store. So I just stuck getting it from one store. I think I got this one when I had a $25 one. So anyway, they're really nice, but look what they do. Look at the beautiful little metallic sheen that they give to these cards. I love that. I think that's beautiful. All right, so that's ATC card number 5. All right. Yes, it is, Elena. Phenylephrine. There you go. Phenylephrine is one of them, and phenyl something or other was the other one. I think phenylephrine is the one that you get from behind the counter, and that one's good. That's good stuff. That's the stuff that's actually going to knock out your stuff, but that's also the one that can be used to make an illegal drug. So, and I can't say the name of it because then Gemini will hear me say it and they'll go, oh, you're talking about illegal drugs. So I can't do that. But yeah, unfortunately, you have to get it from behind the counter because it is one of the things that's used in making an illegal drug. So there's that. But the other one doesn't work as well, but it's not one of the form factors that are required to do that. My doctors and I talk about how things are run by politicians, not medical professionals, how things are being run by politicians. Yeah, you're absolutely right. In this country, they're being run by politicians, not medical professionals. That's one of the reasons why Britain doesn't do ads for their news shows. There's none of this, what's in your water, news at 11. What's going on in your kid's school, news at 11. This scare tactic to get you to watch the news. They don't do that because news in Britain is not a business. News in Britain is funded by the government, and they are not controlled by the government, but they are funded by the government, so they don't have to get advertisers to pay them money so that they have revenue to pay their people. I mean, I get a little bit of money from YouTube, and it's a little bit of money. This month, it's not even very much. This month, it's like $156. I get a little bit of money from YouTube, a little bit of money. And I get that money because of the ads that pop up during my videos and during my live streams for the people on the replay crew. There don't seem to be nearly as many being popped up right now, which kind of suggests that YouTube doesn't think my channel's worth putting ads on, which is kind of a disconcerting thing. But I haven't gone, ooh, 10th of a penny at once tonight when I had to unhide my chat, which I just realized, which means that YouTube's not pushing my content at all right now. They don't see value in my content because they're not pushing it. And I can tell you that's because the last video that I put up is like number 9th out of the last 10 that I put up, and it's only gotten like less than 200 views in 24 hours. So YouTube is going, oh, well, you're not popular anymore. We're going to go on to another channel that is popular. So I'm not getting the feed through on my stuff anymore, which is just part of, being on YouTube. But, I get a small, tiny amount of money from YouTube, but I get that from ad revenue. The way that news places get their money is through ad revenue, and they don't get ad revenue unless they have viewers, and they can't get viewers unless they scare people into watching, which really sucks. Fear equals control. That's another one, Valerie. You're absolutely right. Most creators are saying that YouTube is hurting everyone lately. Part of that is because YouTube just got a lawsuit. The judgment in the lawsuit was against them. It was a California lawsuit against both Meta and Google runs YouTube. So Meta is Facebook and Instagram and whatever other products Meta has. Google is running Facebook and Gmail and Google Docs, and they both got it's specifically YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. They had a judgment against them in California. So YouTube is scaling back on a lot of that. I used to not have to answer whether or not it was made for kids. I always answered, no, it's not made for kids, because I don't want children tuning in, because I'm really controlling what I say. I mean, y'all don't know. Well, you do know because I've said it, but I curse. I mean, I speak sailor with a trucker accent and a construction worker dialect. I mean, that's just the way I talk in real life. And I do really good to not use that kind of language on my channel, because I don't want, people to say, oh, we can't watch her because we're not sure whether or not she's going to curse, because I don't need to curse. It's just something that I fill in my sentences with, because I like the power behind some of those words, to be perfectly honest. I like what they connote and I like what they denote. But yeah. Fear and sex sells. That's exactly right. But yeah, since they got that judgment against them, now I have to say whether or not it's for children. And I think that's part of the judgment, that YouTube was not requiring people to say whether or not the content was for children. And children were seeing things that they shouldn't have been seeing, because content creators were not being, respectful of the fact that, my stuff, there's really not any reason why kids wouldn't be able to watch my stuff, but I don't want it to be pushed to kids, because I talk about things like naked attraction, and that might not be something that, a kid should see, so they don't push it to things like that. Let's see. I told you sentence enhancements. Fear Sex says sentence enhancements. There you go. So craft naked and they will push. No. I may be okay with my body, my husband may be okay with my body, but no, I am not advertising this body on that channel. I do not have a body for OnlyFans. No. Which isn't quite true. I mean, there are people in the OnlyFans community that like every form of body, because there are people that understand that there are things beautiful about different shapes and sizes of bodies, but I'm still not there. Nope, 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 not for me. Nope, 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 nope. But anybody who wants to do OnlyFans, go right ahead. It is your choice. It is your body. You do you. I am not going to. It is not my thing. Oh, wait. Where'd that card go? Oh, dang it. I just lost it. There it is. I wasn't quite done. I got this out for a reason. There we go. So this is CCATC 0050005. And this is the very first one that's going to be given away right there. Oh, wait, no, this is the second one that's going to be given. Is this the first one? Yeah, this is the first one that's going to be given away. So now there's these 2 artist trading cards for the bingo game, which I haven't talked about yet. The bingo game. That was a long, convoluted way to get back to the bingo game. Technically, you could be naked crafting right now. You would. That's absolutely true. I could be, but I'm so not. I'm so not. I'm sorry. I do not like the idea of naked buns on my crafting chair. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, letting you think about it, and going on. Oh, I'm such a silly person. True, Erica. So anyway, the bingo game. So, and during my live streams, things happen. There are things that are in my live stream that like this. Valerie, do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? It's the spritzer. Chicky, and there was another suggested name for it, but nothing stuck yet. But we do need to name this. We also have these. This is Eddie. Say hello to Eddie, as in Edward Scissorhands. I love this pair of scissors. I did buy these off of Temu. I am totally not sponsored, but if you want to buy these wonderful, amazing, awesome craft scissors, you have to search for them as wool shears or sheep shears, because they're not sold as craft scissors. But this is the absolute best pair of crafting scissors I own, and I love them so much. And I talk about them almost every one. So when Eddie appears, that can be a bingo item. When the spritzer appears, that can be a spritzer item. And Valerie just went, no! And they both need eyes. You're right. They both need eyes. They are going to get the googly eyes. I am going to googly eye the snot out of my crafting stuff, because just think about that with a googly eye on it. Big old googly eyes sit there. And Elena mentioned that Dollar Tree sells multicolored googly eyes. I'm going to googly eye the snot out of my things. I would naked craft in my videos, but I'm afraid gravity would swing some things off the table. Oh my gosh, Erica, that's too funny. Oh my goodness gracious, that's just too funny, Erica. Too funny. Oh my goodness, I love those scissors. Yeah, those scissors. Oh, Marisol. Hi, Marisol. How are you doing today? Yay, Marisol is in the house. Marisol, I do believe, has been lurking, listening to the emotional support background noise, which is absolutely A-okay on this channel. There is no expectation of interaction from anybody on this channel. I am just sitting here doing this because it helps my mental state, and I have gotten feedback from people that it also helps their mental state. Oh, I'm going to use some of these on this one. How about that? I got these from, I think I got these from the American Crafts Vault sale. I'm going to use some of these on there. I think that would be very pretty. So I'm going to put some of these on there. And now that I've pulled that off, oh, I'm going to have to leave the icky sticky on this. Ew, gross. I hate the icky sticky. It's a sensory thing with my autism, but this little band on there that's got sticky on it, I just really don't like. Oh, wow, these are glittery. I just happened to pull out all orange ones, so we're just going to put orange ones on here. That's apparently it was fate. That was what was meant to be. So put that away and put that back down. Put the icky sticky back down. Put those back away up there. So there we go. Let's see. I have been. Oh no, Marisol. No, there is no apology necessary. I mean, if you want to apologize, I'm not going to stop you, because you do you. You do whatever you feel is necessary for you on this channel. But it's not necessary to apologize. This channel loves lurkers. This channel absolutely loves lurkers. This channel loves people who interact. This channel loves people who put it on and go to sleep to it. I'm fine with that too. There's no expectations for interactions with this channel. Really and truly none, which might be another reason why YouTube's not pushing it, because YouTube, is really, the idea is they really want to have people, YouTube wants people to be happy while they watch, but they also want people to interact and do all the supers and all the membership things. And there are supers on this channel and there are memberships on this channel, but it's not something that I'm really pushing. Now, I will say that I got invited to and accepted into a membership masterclass through YouTube. So they're probably going to say these are things that you should do in order to increase your membership levels. So I probably will start doing some of them. But if they don't feel authentic, I'm not. I refuse to be inauthentic in my channel, which is one of the reasons that I'm not growing very fast. I mean, there are channels that have been online for as long as I have, because my channel is about 6 months old now, that have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers now. And I'm sitting down here at 1,600 because I'm being my authentic self. I'm not using AI to get people to watch. I'm not using scare tactics. I'm not using clickbait, which actually clickbait is against YouTube policy. So I won't use clickbait anyway. But yeah. So, oh, Valerie, night. Oh, good night, Valerie. Night. At least you got to see the spritzer before you went to bed. Sleep well, Valerie. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for your input. We really appreciate you so very much. Really, truly. So night, night. Sleep well. So I have been enjoying just listening until I saw those scissors. You had to comment. That's fine. You do you. This channel celebrates authenticity. This channel wants people to be their authentic self. I mean, that's really and truly what I hope to have happen on my channel and with my viewers and everything, because I don't want to be inauthentic. I can't do it anymore. I masked and I pretended for like 50 years, and I just can't do it anymore. Those scissors have a first name, Edward. It's the second name, Scissors Hand Sung. Those scissors. I can't sing it. I can't do it because I'll get a copyright strike. I don't want to risk a copyright strike. But let me do it in my head. It does work. I like that. That's so cool. Other people are saying night, Valerie. I don't know if you're still watching, but other people are saying night, Valerie. So yeah. The scissors are Eddie, but it's that short for Edward Scissorhands. So yeah, I do love that pair of scissors. Like I said, I got them off of Temu, and I actually paid full price for those, which is kind of an amazing thing to hear from me, because I don't pay full price for anything off of Temu, because they've got so many different tips and tricks and ways to get things for cheap and for free and all that other good stuff. But there we go. That's that. And I got out. I didn't mean to get out, but I did get out 2 of these little ones. Where'd the other one go? I know I had a second one. Oh dear, it wandered away. It was here and then it was gone. Boom, here, boom, gone. Poof, it disappeared. It disappeared. It just disappeared. Hi, everyone. Hey, Carrie. Yay, Carrie's back. It's been a while since we've seen you, Carrie. Good to have you back. Yay! So, Carrie's back in the house. And those of you that are replay crew, those of you that are watching this after it happened, that is also absolutely wonderfully, embraced. Be your authentic self. If I can just bring one thing to the world, it's just be your authentic self. Don't mask for other people, because, masking for other people made me a shut-in. Yay. I got stuff out of that. No, really, it was perfect for me. It worked out great for me. I'm now a shut-in and have been for 3 years. 3.5 years, actually. Yay, masking. What a great idea. Being my inauthentic self, trying to please other people. And here I am, stuck inside my house with one store that I can go to. I can go to Ollie's, and in all honesty, that's getting harder and harder. Getting to Ollie's is getting harder and harder. I went to too many this weekend. I actually went into 5, but only filmed 4 of them. And one of them, it was just a really short filming bit. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder for me to go into Ollie's now. And a lot of that is other thing that's going on in my life. And stuff that I'm not willing to talk about just yet. Maybe someday, but not just yet. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder for me to go into Ollie's, which is actually one of the things that I'm concerned about. I haven't talked about bingo cards yet. Well, I'll get back to it in a moment. I will. I'll eventually get back to bingo cards. I keep going off task. But yeah, it's getting harder, and which is really concerning me, because most of the $156 that I'm earning this past month in March for YouTube has been for my Ollie's videos. And if I stop making them because I know I'm no longer able to go into Ollie's, I don't know what's going to happen to my channel, because YouTube can't pigeonhole me. YouTube likes to have channels that they can pigeonhole. Getting to Ollie's isn't the hard part. It's paying that's the hard part. Well, yeah, that I can see that, but for me, it's getting to Ollie's, because my husband has to drive me. I can't take myself there because I can't drive. Well, I can drive. I am mentally capable of driving. I know how to drive. I've put I've put, you know, 250,000 miles on cars that I've owned in my lifetime, but me being behind the wheel would be dangerous. I mean, just flat screaming dangerous. All right, here's another thing that happens to my channel a lot. Pink! I'm pulling out the pink. Pink, pink, pink. That's Amira and I. We both love pink. And I'm sure there are other people who absolutely love pink, but Amira and I are pink junkies. We absolutely love pink. It's an amazing color for us. I haven't used this one yet either. I mean, I haven't used any of these because these are all brand new and I haven't really shown these on my channel yet. But yeah, so it's getting harder. But see, I'm concerned about what's going to happen to my channel if I stop doing the ollies, because the ollies videos are the only ones of only videos of mine that get into the 1,000 views. And lately, you know, we're talking between 1,000 and 2,000 views. That is such a beautiful pen. Look how gorgeous that is. And those are the only videos that I even get any form of income off of, is the ollies videos. I mean, my best live stream video, my absolute best live stream video, I think I made like 87 cents off of. You know, it's just, I don't earn money off of the live stream videos, but they are the ones that I like doing the most because they're the least spoon taxing for me, which sounds weird to say considering that I am stress sweating like a pig over here, because I stress sweat like a pig every time I'm live. And I'm sorry, I'm being a little brazen and honest about that, but I really do. I mean, I am stress sweating like nothing you ever saw over here. You know, I'm concerned about what's going to happen to my channel because YouTube cannot pigeonhole me, because I'm not a mental health channel, although I talk about mental health. I am not a crafting channel, although I do a lot of crafting. I am not a shopping channel, although I do a lot of craft shopping at Ollie's and showing the shop with me's from it. I am not a sales channel. I mean, if you want to buy these markers that I'm using, they are linked in the description or in the sales, the shop part of this. If you want to indulge yourself in these, and I do get a very, very tiny commission off of him. I think I get 3.5% off of the commission if you buy something from one of the links that I've provided. But I mean, if you want to buy either of these marker sets that I'm using, I've got this one and the other one, but I'm not really a shopping channel, so they can't pigeonhole me as a shopping channel. So they really don't know what to do with my channel. And because they don't know what to do with my channel, they don't really push my channel. Like right now, I know I'm not being pushed because there are no ads coming up on the screen on the device that I'm using to monitor the chat. So I know they're not pushing this content right now at all. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know what's going to happen to my channel if I stop doing the ollies things, because YouTube's going to, I mean, I've gotten up to 1,600 people, but a lot of people don't watch any of the videos that I put on my channel unless it's an ollie shopping channel. And that's what they said. I mean, the last video that I put up there, YouTube is saying that my subscribers are choosing less and less to watch this video, which is YouTube saying, you've done something wrong and we need you to fix it, please. So, Elena said, reminder, please give a thumbs up to help the channel. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that. Maybe you should take a break from the ollies trips for a while. Erica, I think I might have to. I don't want to. I mean, gas prices are a thing. And I did go to the West Coast stores this weekend. So that's why we hit 5, because there's 5 within 35 miles of each other over on the west coast of Florida. And I wanted to get to all 5 of them because, I mean, I can only go to the ones that are close to my house so many times before people go, oh, you're in Merritt Island again? Okay, whatever. You know, oh, look, Daytona, yawn. Oh, New Smyrna Beach again. Yay. You know, things like that. And so the ones that are closest to my house, I can only go to them so many times because the craft supplies don't change within a store very quickly, but they are wildly different from store to store to store. So the more stores I hit, the more stuff I get to show. So there's that. I never liked pink until a few years ago. Now I love it, although I love certain pinks. There you go, Elena. I know exactly why I have. Fill in the little holes on the flowers with that color. Fill in the little holes on the flowers with that color. Okay. I will fill in the little... See, that's another thing that I do in my live streams is I take suggestions. That was actually a really good suggestion, Mary Alice. I like that. That's cool. So there we go. That's filled in the little holes on the flowers with that color. So there we go. There's another ATC card. And when you win the bingo game, which I still haven't talked about, When you win the bingo game, what you're going to get is one of these. I'm going to mail one of these to you, and it'll be mailed to you and something that you can use for your crafting, because I'm going to stick it in one of these card fronts, and it's going to come in an envelope, so you can have a card front, and you're going to get an ATC card that you can use for that you can have. That's the prize for the bingo game. So there we go. I never liked pink until a few years, filling little holes in the part. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. See how many times we can distract Cece. That's not difficult. That's quite easy. That's a very simple thing to do. But yeah, so I'm concerned about what's going to happen to my YouTube channel, because I enjoy what's happening and I want it to grow, because I want to bring this mental health and this whatever it is that people are getting out of my channel. I want to bring that to as many people as I possibly can. But the only way to get my channel out there is to keep doing the Ollie's Shop with Me's, because that's when people watch. And I tried doing Facebook, and I'm still trying on Facebook, but I almost burnt myself out on Facebook, so I'm not on Facebook very much right now. The last couple days, I haven't done much on Facebook. Part of it is the panic attack that I had. I mean, I had a major panic attack yesterday and a major panic attack this morning. So part of it is the panic attacks have really eaten my spoons. I mean, really eaten my spoons. And I had at least one, if not two, last week, which again, the logic's just not meshing. But I believe the channel will grow, but there will be changes. I have no problem with there being changes. It's just because I had 1,000, 2,000 views on my videos, and now they're going down to 100, 200 views, YouTube is going to stop pushing me. And if YouTube stops pushing me, then I don't get more people to view my channel, because YouTube is not finding value in my content, and they don't promote channels that Gemini does not find value in. So I'm caught between a rock and a hard place on this one right now, because if I stop doing the Ollie's hauls, the Ollie's Shop with Me's, then I risk YouTube diminishing the status of my channel, which they're already doing, by evidenced by the fact that I have yet to have a single pop-up ad in this entire live stream. And usually I'm sitting there several times a time going, ooh, look, another 1/10 of a penny, because every time they put a pop-up ad, I get a 1/10 of a penny out of it. As the economy changes and the world changes, people's viewing habits change. That's true. So anyway, that's something that I'm concerned about. C0006. There we go. So there's ATC card 000. And what I've figured out, what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take pictures of all of my ATC cards. And at some point in time when I'm, known worldwide as Chatty Crafty, and I have 1 million subscribers, I might publish a book that has pictures of all of my ATC, and you can say you were there at the beginning. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No. And I'd get Dorling Kindersley to publish it, because I love Dorling Kindersley. I absolutely do. Aldi's Shop with Me. I can't do those. If I can get my husband to do the Aldi's video, I can't go into Aldi anymore. I lost the only Aldi that I could go into, because I went in on a Sunday. I knew I could only go in on Thursdays. I knew for a fact that I could only go in Thursday during the day, and I pushed it, and I went in on a Sunday, and it was too crowded, and I lost Aldi. I lost Dollar Tree over Labor Day weekend this past year, Labor Day weekend 2025, because I had an anxiety attack inside the store, which turned into a panic attack outside the store, and now my brain labels all Dollar Trees as not safe, and I have lost the Gainesville Ollie. I cannot go, I can go into almost any Ollies, but that's not blanket anymore, because I cannot go back into the one in Gainesville. The one in Gainesville I was already having trouble with, because most of this heinous acute trauma that happened to me, it was caused by men. You can use your imagination. I'll tell you, I was 7 years old. It was acute. It wasn't chronic, but it happened. It happened in Gainesville. And the entire time that I was in there, because I'm face blind and I don't recognize people, I mean, I could literally be talking to one of the attackers. There were two of them. I could literally be talking to one of the attackers, and I would have absolutely no idea that I was talking to them. And that kept going through my mind while I was in Aldi, and I was already stressed out. We got up to the checkout area, and the lady was absolutely wonderful. I mean, She was a really nice lady who checked me out, but she was new. And because I'm sitting there asking for prices on things, because sometimes things aren't what you expect them to be in Ollie, and I have to decide whether or not I'm going to buy it. Because I was asking her things like that, things had to be voided off. And over the course of time, 3 different men came over. And at one time, all 3 of them were standing around the checker, and my brain wasn't having it. My brain was on the absolutely not side of things. And I almost had a panic attack from that. And I almost lost all of the Ollies from that one. On the way home, my husband and I were reading billboards to each other, and I was steady chatting with a member of the guild just to try and keep myself from having a panic attack over that. And I'm already getting emotional about it again, so I'm going to stop talking about that. But I've lost an Ollie's. I cannot go back to the Gainesville Ollies. There's no way. It's just not going to happen. So, all of these different issues and things are causing greater and greater stress for me. And then there's the outside things in my life that I'm not talking about. Elena, it is what I talk to you about, so Elena knows. So it's not like I'm not talking to people. I'm just not putting it out on YouTube as to what it's going on. But there is a significantly stressful thing going on in my life. And then this customer service thing over this past week just did not help at all. And like I said, it ended up being exactly the way I expected it to resolve, and it resolved in our favor, and it's completely done. And the best possible outcome that could have happened. But that doesn't change the fact that it left behind all of this. If I win a card, can I request a loco card and signed? Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is the bingo thing, which I still haven't talked about. Eventually I will talk about the bingo thing, because that's what I'm making these cards for, is because these are the prizes for the bingo thing. I don't know exactly when I'm going to talk about it, but yeah. But what she's talking about, what Elena's asking about, is the logo card. This is the Chatty Crafty logo, because I have been drawing the same flower since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. This same exact flower here with the little butterfly and the little path leading back to the flower, and it's the profile of the flower. It's not... you don't get the full frontal of the flower. It's the profile of the flower. And then it's got this little stem, and there's a leaf that's higher up on the right-hand side, lower down on the left-hand side, and then it's got grass underneath. And this one I added some gems to. So, this is ATC number 4. That's the first one that I'm going to give away, but she's asking for it signed. You do realize it's going to be signed Chatty Crafty, and it's not going to be signed with my real name, right? As long as you're okay with that, because I'm not going to sign my real name, because I'm not putting my real name out there. Maybe someday, if I get enough of a buffer on my YouTube channel, I will put my actual name and my face out there. But right now, I am going to stay a faceless, nameless channel, which is another thing that's damaging my channel, because I am faceless and nameless, and YouTube doesn't really like to push faceless, nameless channels. They like to push channels that have faces and names, and a lot of that is from Mr. Beast. A lot of that came out from the Mr. Beast thing. Mr. Beast, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is the most influential, productive, and successful YouTube channel. And a lot of stuff that's done on YouTube now is done because Mr. Beast does what Mr. Beast does. And then Mary Alice said, sorry. He said, of course I'm okay with that. And what makes you comfortable? Okay, thank you, Elena. Yeah, I have no problem signing it, but it's going to be signed Chatty Crafty. That's just become my name. And I'm married to Mr. Chatty or Mr. Crafty, depending on what I feel like saying at the time that I say it. I say both of them. And then that's Baby Bear Crafty and Goldilocks Crafty and Mama Bear Crafty and Brucey Crafty. Oh, I did that in the wrong place. Oh, well, dang it. That one wasn't as good. I'm just doing a little doodle on this one. And I think they're called Zen Doodles. I just think they're kind of cool looking. So I'm just doing a little Zen Doodle on this one. And I'm just, in all honesty, on these ATC cards, I'm just doing what feels right and what feels natural, because I'm making these cards to give away for the bingo game that I still haven't talked about. Okay, bingo game. Maybe. We'll see how many more times I get off track on this one. On my Friday night live streams, there's bingo cards, and you have to be a member of the Chatty Crafty group on Facebook in order to submit your bingo card. And your bingo card is your standard 5x5 bingo grid, with the center being a free space. And the goal is to fill it completely with check marks. But you have to submit the bingo card that you're going to use during the live stream before the live stream starts. So there will be a post that opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Friday, every Friday, and it's already set up in the mod manager, the moderation assistant on Facebook. It will go into the Chatty Crafty group, and that will be your place to post your bingo card that you're going to use for the live stream that night. And then at 9:25 p.m., 5 minutes before the live stream starts, the comment section for that particular post will be closed. And I have to do that manually, but I have an alarm set to remind me to do it. I couldn't get the moderator assistant to do that part. But I do have a alarm set to remind me to close the commenting, so nobody can submit a bingo card after the live stream starts. And then after the live stream is over, so 11:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Friday, will open for you to post your completed or your checked off bingo cards for all the things that I did during the live stream that were on your bingo card. And that will stay until 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Daylight Time. So the replay crew has a couple days to go back and watch it. So you don't actually have to watch the live stream while it's live, but you do have to watch the live stream before Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time so that you can check off your bingo card and have it considered for the prizes. And the prizes will be for the person or people who have the most check marks on their bingo card. However, during the show, if you get a line done, you can always yell bingo in the chat and go, bingo! So yeah, that's the bingo card. And like I said, the Chatty Crafty group is linked in the description. My Chatty Crafty Facebook page is also linked in the description. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, that would be really cool, because right now most of my followers on Facebook are pages, not people. And Facebook monetization is almost nothing. For an example, in order to get a payout from YouTube, I have to have at least $100 in my YouTube account. Otherwise, they won't pay out. In order for me to get a payout on Facebook, if and when I ever get monetized on Facebook, I have to have $4 in my Facebook account in order for me to get a payout. So obviously, YouTube expects you to earn more than Facebook does, because, the minimum payout is $100 versus $4. So what does that say? Blood sugar drop, be right. Oh, okay, Elena, be good, be safe. Okay, yeah, take care of that. Do indeed take care of that. Ooh, I said do. I will definitely type bingo in the chart because I'm competitive. There you go. Yeah, you'll type bingo in the chat because I read it wrong. It says bingo in the chat. That was my mistake. You wrote it right. I read it wrong. Yeah. That's fine. Type bingo in the chat. So if you get a straight line or a diagonal, type bingo. You get a bingo. But the winner is going to be the person who has the most of the card filled out. And if somebody gets an entire blackout, then that's the winner. And there's no limit to the number of winners. If I get 50 winners, I will send out 50 ATCs in that week. I have no problem with that. So yeah, that's the whole bingo game. And there's a lot of silly things that I do. And, I don't take myself too terribly seriously. One of my favorite phrases is, we must always learn to laugh at ourselves, for we will never cease to be amused. And that's absolutely true. I laugh at myself all the time. I make jokes about things that I do all the time because it's more fun to laugh than it is to cry. And that is authentically me. That has always been something that's authentically me. I've made mistakes in classrooms and I've made jokes out of it. I really have. And this is going to out me for 27 kids, but there are 27 kids in this world that if you ask them what 11 times 6 is, they're going to tell you 33. That's it. They're just going to say 33. What's 11 times 6? 33. And the reason that they do that, and, I told this story recently, but the reason that they do that is because I was walking through my class one day and I was handing out papers that I'd made copies of because it was something that they needed for the lab that they were going to be doing that day. And I started muttering to myself going, okay, why am I running out of papers? I went and I made my paper. Okay, 11 times 6, that's 33. I made my 33 copies. And the kid that was sitting next to me while I'm muttering to myself looked up at me and went, what? And I went, what? He said, what did you just say? So I repeated what I said. And he said, what? And I said, what do you mean, what? And he said, what's 11 times 6? And I went, 33. And he went, what's 11 times 6? And I went, oh, no. So for the rest of the school year, 11 times 6 was 33. And I just made that decree right there. I said, all right, for the rest of the school year, 11 times 6 is 33. I don't care what your math teacher says. 11 times 6 is 33. And so that was for the rest of the school year. 11 times 6 in that classroom was 33. It was funny. It was a silly, stupid mistake that I made. And instead of crying or laughing, or instead of crying or getting angry about it, it's like, All right, we have another inside joke in my classroom. The student would make a great teacher. I think that student is a teacher, actually. I do believe that that student became a chemistry teacher, in all honesty, because that's what I was teaching him. I actually have several students who are now teachers. Several former students of mine are now teachers. I can think off the top of my head, at least 7 of my former students I know are now teachers. And that's not from me trying to make them into teachers. In fact, I told them point blank not to be teachers. I said, no, you really don't want to be a teacher. I very, very actively discourage people from becoming a teacher in the United States. Now, if you're in another country, that's different. But I actively discourage people from becoming a teacher in the United States because it's all political BS here. I mean, the whole thing is politically run. The entire thing is so Pearson can make money, because Pearson is the company that writes most of the state tests. So Pearson makes money off of it, and the whole thing is to put money in Pearson's pocket. This one is turning out pretty darn cool. Not great, but pretty cool. He allowed you to discover your own mistake. You're absolutely right. He did. He allowed me to discover my own mistake. That's exactly what he did. He was a great student. I absolutely adored having. In my 25 years of teaching, there are probably 10 students that I would have rather not taught. Maybe a dozen in 25 years of teaching. And that doesn't say anything about my students. That says a lot about my attitude towards my students. I didn't have bad students. I had bad situations. And a lot of my students were reacting to situations. I had one class. I could not get I could not get them under control. I absolutely could not get them under control. And I had done everything. I'd done every trick, every tip, every trade secret that I had for 2 weeks at the beginning of school, and I could not get this class under control. But I had 2 kids in that class that never misbehaved. The rest of the class were off the chains. I mean, off the chains. And I wasn't doing anything differently in that class that I did in my other class. I just couldn't figure it out. So one day, and they were on block scheduling, and it was AB block scheduling. So I had one class and another class, 2 days. I made my kids do 90 minutes of stupid, boring, nasty, awful, rotten, yucky bookwork, just so I could watch that one class while they were doing bookwork, because they were intractable. And while I was watching that class do bookwork, I noticed that the 2 kids that never misbehaved were sneaking food. And it dawned on me that I had that class. That was my 7th period class that year. I had that class from noon till 2:10 because all of the lunches were there. And actually, I had them from 12:20 till 2:10. And they ate at 2:10. And this is high school, which means that they ate originally at like 7 o'clock in the morning. My kids were hungry. That's it. They were hungry. Their only fault was that they were hungry. And the 2 kids that never misbehaved in my class were sneaking food. And that night I went to Sam's and I bought 10 pounds of pretzels. And I bought food service gloves. And I went and I bought, I had a bunch of notebook paper because it was the beginning of the school year and I hadn't given it all away yet. And the next time because I had 6th period off. So I went and ate 6th period. It never dawned on me that they were hungry because I wasn't hungry. So I had 6th period off. I went and ate during 6th period. Then 7th period came along. They were hungry. When the next 7th period came along, I handed them all a piece of paper at the door and said, set this on your desk, but don't write anything on it. That's all I did. Set this on your desk and don't write anything on it. And I didn't give them bell work that day. After the bell rang, I came up with my bag of pretzels and my food service thing. I said, y'all are hungry. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the school year is I'm going to come around and you have to provide your own napkin or your own piece of paper from here on out. I provided you a piece of paper today. If you want a handful of pretzels, have a piece of paper on your desk while you're doing bell work, and I will give you a handful of pretzels to eat during bell work. And I will do this every time I see you for the rest of the school year. And one of the kids that never gave me any problems actually asked me if they could continue to eat their own. They were bringing little cheese crackers. They didn't like pretzels. And I said, they said, can I still eat my cheese crackers? And I went, yes, I know they're hungry because you taught me that they were hungry. So absolutely, you can eat your cheese pretzels. So yeah, for the rest of the school year, I fed that class pretzels every screaming day. every day. Every day I saw them, they got pretzels. And they were fine after that. You know? And that's just one of the things about being a good teacher, is that you don't bend kids to your will. You find out what your kids need and you bend to theirs. You know, that's the only way to be a good teacher, is to, you know, the my way or the highway teachers are absolutely destroying students' education, because you've got my way or the highway teachers that are just terrified about losing their job because of the testing situation. I had to plug in my phone. My thing's going away. Now my phone's upside down, so now I have to read all the chat upside down, because if I turn it the other way, it doesn't fit in the holder because the cord's coming out the bottom of it. So if it takes me a little bit longer to read your messages, then that's fine. But yeah, so, you know, it's one of those things. If you want to be a my way or the highway teacher, you might end up teaching a couple of your kids, but you're never going to reach them. You know, you're never going to be that person that they remember 20 years later. They're never going to be that person that they talk about and go, oh, I remember what Miss So-and-so did. She did this, that time. You know, you're just not. And I didn't do it for glory or fame. I did it because I cared about my kids' future. The principles that I had the biggest problem with were 18-year principles, because there's two different types of principles in the world. You've got your 18-year principles and you've got your 86-year principle, your 82-year principles. And the difference between an 18-year principle and an 82-year principle is an 18-year principle cares about the first 18 years of that student's life, because that's the first 18 years of that student's life is the only thing that they're going to be judged on. And they care about test scores, and they care about graduation rates, and they care about everything. That's all they care about, is numbers. They care about pieces of paper. The 82-year principles care what's going to happen to that kid after they graduate for the other 82 years of that kid's life. And 18-year principles and I do not get along, because 18-year principles do sad, nasty, crappy, awful, nasty, disgusting things. I had students that were seniors in one of my schools in an 18-year, oh, look, an ad. Oh my gosh, I finally got a tenth of a penny. And it's about conscious education. I'm not kidding. Look, I got an ad about conscious education. That's too funny. Elena said, you were a great teacher, in my opinion. It's a shame they didn't appreciate you. Yeah, it absolutely is a shame. What did me in was COVID and being autistic. I was fine being autistic until COVID hit, because when COVID hit, I had to be social to people. Before COVID, I just was a teacher. And I don't mean that as I was just a teacher. I could just teach. After COVID, I had to be social with people, and I suck at that. And, you know, it's the default thing. You know, people default to what they know. The lady in Dollar Tree asked me if I had to go to the bathroom because she didn't know what an anxiety attack looked like. The people that were complaining about me didn't understand that I was autistic and had social issues, so they defaulted to saying something else about me. And I got used and spit out and done dirty by a principal who didn't appreciate me. Yeah. And now I'm a shut-in. Now I am a near complete shut-in who has one store that I can go to, and when I have to go to therapy, I will go to therapy, and when I have to go to doctor's appointments, I will go to doctor's appointments, but you can't drag my butt out of the house for any other reason. I don't even go in my backyard. I don't go in my backyard. I don't go in my front yard. During the day, every now and then, if my husband's working late, then I have to take the dog out. But I let her out into the front yard, and she runs, and she goes to the bathroom, and she comes back, and I do not leave the front porch. I mean, you cannot get me out of the house. You just can't. You cannot get me to go out of this house. I will go to doctor's appointments because I have to. I will go to therapy because, you know, it is beneficial. I see the value in it, so I go. I will go to Ollie's, but that's getting harder, and that is it. Period. End of discussion. So sorry that happened to you. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Why do people think that everyone has to fit their mold? Because I don't know. Because I don't know if it's an American thing. I don't know if it's a United States thing. And I keep on making the distinction between America and the United States because America is a huge piece of it's actually two huge continents, North America and South America. It goes all the way from Greenland to Alaska, and from the Northern Territory all the way down to South America, all the way down to Cape Point. In South America, I think it's Cape Point. I think I said that right. You know, America is a huge piece of land, or two huge pieces of land, depending on how you split it. The United States is a very small portion of that. Yeah, oh, thank you, Carrie. Carrie says that that we appreciate me. Well, she actually said we appreciate you, but it's y'all appreciate me is the meaning of that. I appreciate that, Carrie. Yeah, and it is sad that the world can be more so cruel, and I don't even understand why. Because one of the things that I noticed when I was in high school, there was a dude in most of my classes. Oh, you are definitely Gen X. We call everything dude, dude. Dude, dude, dude. Anyway, when I was in high school, there was a dude in most of my classes that decided one year to speak with a German accent. He was not German. I became his only friend because I understood. I get that. I do. I get that. I really, really do. That he was so much smarter than all of us, and he needed to do that just to not be bored. Yeah, I get that. I told y'all, I know I told y'all, I don't know if the people watching now heard this, I don't know if the replay crew heard this, but I used to have a joke that I'd tell at the first couple days of school, and it was my test of unidentified intelligence. And that was the whole reason that he did it, is that I agree with Carrie. We appreciate you. I hope it helps to know that people care about you, even though we have never met face to face. Thank you. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that. And I do know that. I really do know that. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I'm live right now. I have had a significantly bad series of days. It started last Tuesday, definitely. It may have been Friday. It was definitely Sunday, and it was definitely today. I can't work out, my brain can't work out the Friday part of this, whether it was a phone call and a panic attack or just a panic attack, or if there even wasn't one on Friday. I know there were 3, there might have been 4, there might have been 4 phone calls. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just, I had a really bad week, and I'm here talking to y'all because I had a really bad week. I'm here, you know, saying these emotional support background noise things for everybody to hear because it's okay to not be okay. It is absolutely okay to not be okay. And, you know, if we just, you know, get together as a little teeny tiny group of people just sitting there commiserating with each other and understanding and empathizing with each other, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And that's why I'm here. And the replay crew will hear all of this and everything. And, you know, it is what it is. And I want people to understand that it's okay to not be okay. I am a shut-in. I have been chronically abused and chronically traumatized most of my life. I do have some acute trauma of the male-female nature in my very young life when I was 7 years old. I have walked through the gates of hell. I have a mother who was determined to make sure that I felt absolutely horrible about myself at any given point in time. I brought home a 1300 on my SAT, and the very, very first thing out of my mother's mouth was, well, one of your brothers made a 1500. That brother never even took it. I didn't know that until like 20 years later. But the first thing out of my mother's mouth is, well, your brother, well, so-and-so made a 1500. You know, and that was back when the highest score on the SAT was 1600. And, you know, I brought home a 32 on my ACTs, and there was like, nothing, absolutely nothing, no support. I was her stupid little B word. I was her biggest mistake in life. I was the youngest of 3 kids, and the reason that there were no kids after me was because I was a girl and she was afraid she'd have another girl. That's my childhood. Right there, nutshell, in a little basket. That's my childhood. I was the one thing that she never wanted when I turned out to be a girl. My mother stopped talking to, she stayed talking to one of my brothers because he was actively having kids, and she stopped talking to him when she found out that his last child was also going to be a girl, and that kid is almost 30 now. So she did not deserve me. No, she didn't. And because it was the 70s, the courts did not give me to my dad. I would be a completely different person if I had been given to my dad to raise me instead of left with my mother. But it was the 70s and the courts didn't do that. I said in the last live stream that Christopher Titus has a very similar childhood with a very similar mother, only his dad got custody. So there's a significant difference in the way that he grew up and the way that I grew up, because his dad got custody and my mom got custody. And we ended up being two peas in very different pods. I'm so sorry about your childhood. Some parents can be so cruel. My father went through the same thing with the same thing and worse. Yeah, there's a line in Parenthood. If you've never seen Parenthood, Parenthood is an amazing movie, and the cast is OMG. I mean, you're talking Steve Martin, Mary Steenburgen, Keanu Reeves, I can't think of the other people's name. I mean, if you went through the stellar cast in the 80s and 90s in Hollywood, almost every one of those people is in this movie. Yeah, you love that movie. I love that movie too, but there's a line that Keanu Reeves says in it. And it says, he's standing in the kitchen talking to Diane Wiest, who is also in the movie. He's standing I've seen it a lot. That's how I can pull out these people's names. But he's standing in the kitchen talking to her, and he says, you need a license to drive a car. You need a license to own a gun. Heck, you even need a license to own a dog. But they'll let any butt-screaming a-hole be a father. This is true with mothers, too. They'll let any butt-screaming a-hole be a mother. And that is one of the most powerful statements I think there is. So many people have children that don't deserve them. Others wish they could have them children and can't. You're absolutely right, Elena. That is absolutely true. Sometimes I think the creche model is a better model for child rearing, where all babies end up in a creche and they get raised by people who actually care about babies, and then the parents, all they have to do is give birth to them, make them give birth to them and give them to a creche. But I mean, a lot of that has to do with my childhood. So bear in mind that that particular point of view is coming from the childhood that I had. Sometimes I wonder about the creche model being the right way. Oh, I'm going to do one landscape. I haven't done a landscape one yet. Woo, I'm going to do a landscape one. What am I going to put on this one? Ooh, I think I'm going to just cut up pieces. Oh no, I don't want to do that one landscape. I'm going to do a different one landscape, because I'm going to do something else with the butterfly one. I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to pull out the roll of tape. Ooh, the roll of tape needs a name. Actually, I have like tons of these, so it's not like I'm going to run all out. Oh, no. Hold that thought. I'm going to get up for a second. So here, my voice is going to get away from you for a little second here, because I'm going to turn my chair around and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to reach over this desk that I have over here, hopefully not knocking over the great big huge pile of tubs that I have over here, because I have so much stuff in the craft room. And I lean and I grab it. Ha! I got it. Oh, baby bear. I know, baby bear, but mommy's not getting up. I know. You saw mommy get up and you thought mommy was leaving, so you had to get up. I know. I'm sorry, baby bear. I know. See, he can smell me. And I know that sounds gross, but I'm stress sweating like a pig, and you already know that. I've already said it, but he can smell me, which is one of the reasons that he's back here, because he knows that I am, I'm in a state right now. So, but I mean, that's why I can't get behind these pro-natalists, women who don't want children. Should not be forced, pressured, or coerced into having. I agree with you. You're absolutely right. I mean, one of the things that I have said about marriage is there are two things that a marriage cannot get past. There are anybody who's married can get past just about anything, but these two things are absolute definite deal breakers. You got to get up in your bed, ski. Go on, butt ski up, ski. There you go. There you go, baby bear. Mommy's not getting up again. You can go back to sleep, baby bear. Mommy's right here. Yes, you're being a very good little ESA. Yes, you are. Oh, you're my baby. Yes, you are. You're such a good little boy. You can go back sleepy, sleepy. You can go back sleepy, sleepy. Mommy's not getting up again. Anyway, there's two things that a marriage can't get past. Look, I have it in another size, too. See? I have these roll of tapes in bunches of different sizes. This one doesn't have as much tape on it as this one does. This one definitely has a lot more tape on it than this one does. But this is more of an accurate size for this particular card right here. So anyway, my biological father never deserved to have children. So grateful for my mom and stepfather, who I called mom and dad. That's awesome, Elena. It's good that you had somebody to call mom and dad. My dad got remarried, and my stepmother was more my mother than my mother ever was. Absolutely, 1000%. My stepmother was more my mother than my mother ever was. In fact, my father died of a heart attack before the millennium change. And I kept in contact with my stepmother until she ended up having a stroke. And then I lost contact with her because she ended up in, it was a situation. We'll just leave it at that. It was a situation. But yeah, I stayed in contact with my stepmother long after my father died because my stepmother was more my mother than my mother ever was. But I only saw her during the summers, and any good that I got out of being with my stepmother and my father was completely erased by my mother the instant she saw me. I mean, one time I was being flown back and forth. And one time when I got back, the very, very first thing out of my mother's mouth was, "Wow, you're fat." Like, really? Nice to see you too, B-word. But anyway, yeah, there's two things that a marriage can't, I keep on losing my train of thought. I am just stream of consciousness today. Wow, am I stream of consciousness today. But two things that a marriage can't get past is a difference in ideas of children. If one wants children and the other doesn't, that marriage is not going to make it. Absolutely not, because either somebody's going to be tricked into having a kid or somebody's going to resent never having a kid. So I would have said right back at you, Mom, yeah, but I was whipped. Remember, I was a completely whipped little kid. If I were to have said something like that back to her, that would have been no. Just no. No. That's one of the things that my husband and I had to work on a lot because my husband's family was a screaming family. And because of everything that happened in my childhood, I am not good with being screamed at. And so my husband and I had to work through that. But so one of the things that you cannot get through is a difference in desires for children. That's one of the two things that a marriage will not survive. And the other one is expectations that are not met. And that can go both ways. If somebody has expectations that are not being met and they're not voicing their expectations, whose fault is it? And if somebody has expectations that are not being met and they have voiced their expectations, whose fault is it? You know, it's one of those things, you know, unmet expectations, your marriage is not going to survive that. What are you doing, baby bear? Why are you knocking things over? I don't need a craft avalanche, baby bear. What are you doing? You rotten little stinker bug. You are so funny. Where are you going? Where are you going? Are you going down? Do you have to go get something to drink? Are you thirsty? Where are you going? You're making a mess. You're making everything slide all over the place. There you go. You're going to jump. You're going to jump. You got it. You're going to go. You got a big jump to make. I know it's a lot of stuff over there. You can make it. You can make the jump. You got it. You got it. There you go. Good boy. All right. He made the jump. He actually has to jump about 3 feet to get past the stuff that's on the floor next to my chair. Because, of course, there's stuff on the floor next to my chair. Stuff is falling out everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, those are the two things that a marriage is not going to survive. If you have a difference in opinion as to whether or not you have kids, or if you have unmet expectations and, you know, it's who's doing what with the unmet expectations. You know, which one's at fault. You really can't say, because it could go either way. So anyway, there's that. But yeah, so that's why I do this. And that whole bit started with me saying this is why I'm doing this today. This is why I'm here today. I am doing this because I know that I needed to have some chat with some great guild members, and I have found that usually if I need a chat with guild members, that there are also guild members that need a chat. So I'm totally fine with that. And I really like that direction that my YouTube channel is going, and I really would like to build up that direction of my YouTube channel. But I don't know how to keep it viable and keep it pertinent without doing the Ollie's shop with me's. So I don't know. I don't know, and it's not a solution. It's not a thing that we're going to find a resolution on tonight. I'm just putting it out there because I'm rambling. There we go. Now this is very sticky. Oh, it's got tons of icky sticky. I'm going to do a lot of this with my little picks. Woo! Yeah. All right, now I need to get pieces that I can stick on here so I can get icky sticky stuff going. All right, so I'm going to put, what am I going to do? What do I want to put on there first? I'm going to put a piece on there, and I'm going to cut it off at the edge. And I'm just going to keep sticking pieces on here until I cut everything off at the edges. There we go. So there's a piece getting stuck on there, and I'm just going to make a weird little design on this. No rhyme, no reason, no expectations, no nothing like that. Just making a design. There we go. Let's see. I was lucky in the sense that, oh, I already read that one. Okay. Was there any more? No. Okay. My phone is literally upside down over there, people. So I'm looking at all of this totally upside down now. It's so funny. Oh, all the things that happen in the YouTube, in my little live stream YouTube stuff. It's just funny. I love it. I do. I did not, and I know I've said this and I'm going to say it again. I'll probably say it again and again and again. I really did not expect to keep doing this after my first live stream and the way I felt when I began my first live stream. But the way I felt after I ended my first live stream was so amazing that I was so shocked and amazed by the interaction that I got from Amira and the other people that I didn't remember were on there, and I feel so bad about leaving them out and all the times that I've talked about it. And yeah, so just, it is what it is. I mean, I can't go back and change my life. And I have to honestly say one of the things, I am amazed so many people survived so many crazy situations. I, for one, am happy you survived and are here, and are here with us, making our world a better place. Oh, that's so sweet, Elena. I appreciate that. I really do. I get you. I mean, I understand why people, I don't understand why people, I understand that there is a lot of problems that people have to deal with. And I understand that there is, a thing that can be done that's not a good idea. And I don't understand how people can take that particular avenue because, even in everything that's happened to me, my will to survive has lived and thrived and breathed and kept going and maintained and all of that stuff. I mean, my will to survive is bigger, wider, longer than the canyon on Mars. I keep saying that, and I don't know why. And my psychiatrist is happy that that's true, and my therapist is happy that that's true. I mean, I can honestly say my husband is happy that that's true. That's one thing that my husband does not have to worry about. And I don't understand why it is that way, but I'm glad it's that way. And I wish that other people would understand that a permanent solution to a temporary problem is not a solution at all. It really isn't. And I got that phrase, permanent solution to a temporary problem. I got that from Christopher Titus's show that he calls Carrying Monsters. So that's where I got that one from. But it's an absolutely accurate little statement. Let's see if I can put this on there. I'm just doing something fun with this one. I'm just putting down things, and then I'm probably going to put a stamp on it somewhere because I haven't done anything with stamps yet. I think a stamp on this would be cool looking. So there we go. There's that. I'm actually getting quite a lot done. Usually in my live streams, I spend more time talking and less time crafting. But I think it's because I'm making these ATC cards. Because there's not a whole lot of, consideration to go into the, I could leave it that way, but, this would be one of those times, this would be one of those very rare times where having glitter would be cool because I could sit there and I could put glitter over that piece right there is still exposed icky sticky. And I could just put glitter over all that, but I don't have any out. And I do actually own glitter, which was amazing to some people to hear that I actually do own glitter. I do actually own glitter. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. That's not usually the thing. Hold on. I gotta see if I can put this. Don't you have some pasty stuff? I have tons of pasty stuff. I have lots and lots of pasty stuff, but I also have embossing powder. Who wrote the Book of Love? There you go. Exactly. Oh, wait, I have this little thing here to put all the little pieces in that I pull off the backs of my icky sticky things. I have not been putting any of them in. Look, they're all just sitting on my table, sitting there going, hello. Aren't you supposed to be putting us in that little jar? I mean, come on, Chatty. Goodness gracious, you have this jar out for a reason. Oh, wait. Let's see, the paste stuff, your confetti stamp. Ooh, confetti punch. Oh, I do have the confetti punch. Where's the confetti punch? I found it, and then I lost. Oh, garbage. Did I lose it again? Oh, no way. I'm like the only person in the world that can find something, and then, well, I'm not the only person in the world, but I am so good at finding something and then losing it 10 seconds later. I had the confetti punch. We had it in the live stream. We had it in the live stream on Friday. Oh, it's not here anymore. What did I do with it? Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Wait, where's that one that I had? I'll use this one. No, I don't want to use that one. I want the glittery one. Where's the glittery one? Oh, I'll use this. Nope, I don't want to use that. That's got a big enough piece on it. Okay, I'm confused. I'm completely off task now. I've derailed myself completely. This time I derailed me. Oh, look, all my little ATC cards. Why are they down here? What's going on? Why are they down here? They should be up there. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, I'm down to 2 ATC cards. Oh, my goodness gracious. Come on, Chatty. Come on, Chatty. But careful not to shrink the acetate with the... Oh, you're right. Ooh, that might not be a good idea. You're absolutely right. That might not be a good idea because the heat gun might shrink this acetate right there. Because the acetate is definitely very susceptible to the heat gun. Darn it. All right. All right. Well, in lieu of that, we'll have to pick something else. You're absolutely right, Elena. That was a good catch, Elena. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. I don't know where my... Ooh, what about that? I can cut a piece of that to fit in there. Get some nice gold glitter in there like that. Let me cut off a sheet of this because I need a little angly piece of it. Let's see if I did that right. Let's see how I did on that. Oop, ah, no, stop. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Oh, that's a bad idea. This one already has tape on it. That one's already glittery stuff. All right, we'll take a piece of this. We'll use the yellow glitter. We'll use a piece of this gold glitter right here. Ta-da! Oh, no, don't do that. All right, done on. All right, done. Okay, so make an angly piece of this. Oh, look, another 1/10 of a penny. I got another ad. Woot, 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 woot. Good point. Do you have a test piece? I do have a test piece, but I've already decided to do glitter in it. So we'll do the glitter on this one. Then I will do a test piece of the acetate because I've got this little piece right here. And I was given tweezers that are still in the car because somebody gave me little tweezers with little hands on it that are silicone. I think that's so cool. So yeah, here we go. Put that there. Let's see if I got enough. Nope, that's not quite wide enough. I need one that's a little bit wider than that. So I need one to go a little bit bigger than that. So we'll go this way this time and we'll make it a little bit wider than that. And there we go. Let's see if that will work. Oh yeah, that one will work. We'll put it there, take it all the way to the edge, just like so, stick it all down, dun, 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 dun. There we go. So now we have glitter on this one. It's a little bit of overhang there, but that's not bad. There's a little, sorry, Crafty on the other side. All right, okay, so here we go. So now I've got this, and now I need to put a stamp on here. I'm gonna put a stamp on this. I need to get a little, there it is, I put that in there. Have that tool. But nice save. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, pull that off. Get a little piece on here, because this piece needs a little piece to hold down this end of it, because this end of it isn't actually on the sticky part. So we'll stick that underneath there. Put that down. I need to get out my scissors. I'm going to get out my little ones because that's just a little teeny tiny piece that I need to cut off right there. Zap. There we go. And then pull this off. Finally remember to put it in that bottle right there. Blurp, boo. Put that down. There we go. Now I need a stamp on there. What am I going to put on for a stamp? What stamps can I grab? That's the big question, is what stamps do I have right in my hand that I can grab right away? I have texture stamps. I have the little funny monster stamps. I have the Christmas tree truck stamps. I have, what are these? Ooh, little froggy yoga poses. We're going to do a froggy yoga pose. All right, froggy yoga pose time. Let's see, which froggy yoga pose do I want to do? I need a little one that'll fit on that spot right there. The little Zen froggy. The little stretchy froggy. Ooh, the little stretchy froggy almost fits. There's a little bit, oh, I don't think I can get a froggy on here. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, the little stretchy, the little Zen froggy fits. Okay, so we're going to have a Zen froggy on there. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, Doris. Shay. C-H-E, Craftvalanche, the Craftvalanche. Yep. Yep, the Craftvalanche. Oh, it seems like it happens all the time. I'm going to bring out my little stamp pad too. Now that I know that I have one. Look, I kept it right there so I have it. And the little, whoever gave me the idea to put the little tabs on those, that's so cute. Thank you, whoever that was. Yay. All right, so open this up. Open that up. Put that down. Put that down. Put that down. Look, it just perfectly fits there like it was meant to be. All right, so pull that down. Stamp it up. And what color is that? We'll try black. We'll put a little black stamp on there. Oh, I put too much ink on there. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that off and I'm going to try it again because that's definitely too much ink on there and I don't want to over ink my card, my little ATC. So let's pull all that off and try again. Here we go. Trying that again. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Put that down. Pull this over. Set that down. Pull it up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Bloop. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. I don't know if y'all can see him yet. Can y'all see him? Is he in the screen? No, he's not in the screen. Hold on, let me pull that up so he's in the screen. There you go. Look at the little cute froggy. He's too cute. Okay, I have to put some glitter on him. I have to use some of my green glitter markers and get some glitter on him because he's too cute. Should I do another one? I had the confetti punch in, but the confetti punch is inches away. It was in front of her hand the other day. I know, right? Oh my gosh. I know that confetti punch, I had it right in my hand and I don't know. I have no idea where it is. None whatsoever. I really, really need to redo my craft room so that it's set up the way I want it to be set up so that I have my loft with all of the shelves underneath it over on that side over there, and so that I have my desk here, which is where I want it to be, and then over on that side I have two of those carts that hold 5 of those yellow and black tubs, so I want those over there on that side, and then I want all of my bookcases to line up all the way across over there, but I've got to get rid of so much stuff in here in order to do that because I've got a lot of stuff in this room that it's bedroom furniture, but it just needs to go. The bed's not in here anymore, but the dresser and the highboy and everything else is still in here. All right, do I need another stamp? I know nobody's answered that question yet. I don't even know if I said it out loud. I might have. I think I did. Oh, I got another 1/10 of a penny. Yay! Whoever's liking the stream, it's doing the job because I'm starting to get ads here. Yay! Thank you very much for liking. Woot woot! All right. So anyway, do I need to do another stamp? Hit that with another stuff. I don't want to move it until I get an answer as to whether I should hit it again with some more ink or just leave it as it is, because I don't want to move it, because if I move anything, then it's not lined up anymore, and I want to make sure that it stays lined up. Now that I actually have a stamping pad that I can put my hands on really easily. Woot woot. So I'm not getting an answer, but oh well, I'm just now talking about it. This 30-second delay is so annoying because I say something and then 30 seconds later y'all hear me say it, and then 30 seconds later I get your reaction to it. So it's like this never-ending delay. It's just so weird. Oh, there's another one of those. And there's another one of those. Okay, so the rest of my cards are coming up. Yes. All right, to make a good it seems to be a good impression. All right, so we're going to do another one. All right, so we're going to get a good impression. It's a good impression, but we're going to make it a little bit darker. And put this down and go blurt, blurt. Pull it back up. There we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, put that away. Anybody who's just now watching and hasn't seen my channel at any point in time before, I keep my little moist towelettes inside a little pill bottle because they stay moist long enough for me to use them over and over again, and then I get to use them until they're full of ink instead of just until they dry out. Then I just stick it back in the medicine bottle and close it up. Noise. Thank you, Doris. I like the noise. I have a question. I'm a Tim Holtz stamp patron. I have a Tim Holtz stamp platform. One door is for Tinker stamps, rubber. The other is for clear acrylic stamps. I was wondering if that's the same. I have no idea. I don't even know where I got this from. I know that it's Stampin' Up. I know that this particular permutation of this Stampin' Up! Pad is no longer available in the United States because it's apparently the same design as the Misty. And Misty sued Stampin' Up! And told them that they couldn't do this in the United States anymore because Misty had a patent for it. I don't know where this came from. I'm not upset that I have it, but I have no idea how I ended up with it. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I know nothing about this craft. It's kind of weird, but I'm really, really not, I craft a lot, but I'm not a great crafter. I am more of an instinctive crafter than I am a trained and taught crafter. It's like my own idea of what I think should and should not happen rather than what classic crafters would probably do, which is good and it's bad. I mean, it's good because I'm my own person, and it's bad because I use these things in a way that they may not be supposed to be used, but that's okay because I'm using them and they're mine and all that other good stuff. So if anybody else has an answer to Elena's question, if you would please stick it in the chat, because I'm sure she would appreciate an answer, because I don't know. I have no idea, but I have 3 different colors of these glitter markers. So I am going to use all 3 color greens of my glitter markers, and I'm going to work on this little frog and make him all glittery and purty. I'm going to have me a purty glitter frog. So, and I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm just going to use these as different spots on him. But I got to get the ink down, or the glitter ink down on this. Let's see, one side would have a much better stamp with acrylic stamp than the other door. It might be engraved on the doors. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Put that away. Pull this out. I do not see anything engraved on the doors. Unless I'm just flat missing it. I really don't see anything engraved on these doors. Maybe it's underneath this pad? No, not really. I don't know. I don't see anything engraved on there. Although this would be farther away, so this would be better for a thicker stamp. Since this one's farther away, this would be better for a thicker stamp than this one. This would be better for a thinner stamp. So, I mean, yeah, it sounds completely logical that this would be for the thin little photopolymer stamps, and that this one would be for those thick red stamps, the red-based stamps. And maybe this is, to make a difference as well, because this would lift the thing up more. So if you've got multiple layers of it. I mean, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely accurate on saying that. That's not something I would ever picked up on. Really and truly not. The 2 doors on the Stampin' Up! Stamparatus, I like that word, is for flexibility in doing multiple stamps. There is a foam pad that you use with the clear stamps. Take out the foam when using red rubber stamps. Okay, so Donna. Hi, Donna. Donna, woo! Donna, I think you've been lurking this time. Thank you very much for coming in and giving us your expertise. We really, really appreciate that. We appreciate you so much, Donna. I have so many platforms, and they are each different. That one was taken off due to the Hinge system lawsuit. Yes, I believe that, I think it was you that said it last time when we were on the live, that's what happened to that Misty had an issue with it. So I think that's what happened with that right there. So let's get some green on this little froggy Froodler. He's a cute little froggy Froodler. I really like this little stamp. This little stamp is just adorable. This is really cool. I really think this is a great little stamp. The little yoga frog. I think this is just amazing. I do. I love this. So we're going to put this color green. Oh, another 1/10 of a penny. I got another ad. Woot, woot! The Stampin' Up! Platform has 2 doors for paper orientation in case you need to have a larger piece of paper and need to stamp a certain way. Oh, okay, that's cool too. Thank you, Brenda. Yay! Look at all this wonderful information. I love the fact that we are so giving and so my brain has left me. So giving and so supportive. We're so supportive of each other. I mean, I absolutely love that. I don't understand why people sit there and try to hide things from other people. I really don't. I mean, if you know something, there's nothing wrong with telling other people this information so that other people can grow and improve themselves too. I don't understand. And maybe it's just a competition thing and people don't want to share, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't think I ever will understand that level of competition where you're so interested in making sure that you get the last word that somebody else doesn't get heard. I'm just not into that. I mean, I'm just not. I want to hear everybody. I want to respond to everybody that I can. I want to, embrace everybody's authenticity. That's really what my channel is about. The one I use most is the Misty, but they each have benefits. Okay, so Elena uses her Misty the most. This one and this one are the only two that I know of that I have. And this one's a really good one if you want to do a leaf wreath, because you can keep turning it and setting it on there differently. Of course, I got it from Temu. And it sat back there the entire time I was lamenting about not having a stamp pad, and then I realized in one of my live streams, oh, look, I have a stamp pad. Well, would you look at that? So, yeah. That's the way my live streams go. Totally and completely, that's the way my live streams go. I am not good at coloring things, people. I really am not good at coloring things. I'm just doing what I think looks good, and if it looks terrible at the end, then it looks terrible at the end. Because I am just doing silly stuff with this. I ordered the markers that I didn't need. Oh my gosh. Well, if you use the link in my shopping thing, I appreciate it, because I'll get like 35 cents of that. Woot, woot! I get 3.5%. But that's okay. I mean, I really do appreciate it. I'm being silly and, a little, I don't mean to be inauthentic. I don't mean to be sarcastic. But I really do appreciate it is what I'm trying to say. So thank you very much. It's more of a comment of the 3.5% than anything else, because it is what it is. I'm going to stop talking now because I think I'm talking myself into a hole. I'm just going to go back to coloring this little froggy here. There we go. There, we've got a tricolor froggy now. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but that's the way the froggy is. He's got little tricolors on him right there. Look at him. He's so cute. He's such a cute little froggy Froodler. We have a lot of craft supplies when you can't even remember what we have. Of course, I'm not speaking from experience or anything. Oh, no, of course not, Elena. Definitely not. Definitely not speaking of it. It's 2:30 in the morning. It's all good. Yes, Doris, it is. It's 2:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, is it 2:30? That means that in 15 minutes I will have been on for 3 hours. And the only reason that my iPad is still working is because I brought the power cable back here with me. Because we found out in one of my live streams that my iPad will only go for 2 hours on a live stream if it's not plugged in. That card is so cute. It is a cute little card. I love it. I think it's an amazing little card. I think I need to do a little bit of blending with putting some of the other colors in the other little mint ones, but I need to let it dry before I do that. But I think that's a very cute card. I can't even turn it over and put my signature on the back of it yet either because of that. But what I can do is I can put a couple of these little gems on it, because I think these little gems will just bring the gold from down here, bring it down there, and make it look really pretty. I lost my little picker. There it is. Found my picker. That was a quick find. All right, so there we go. So we'll put one there, and we'll pull off another one. I love these little gems. I haven't really used these little gems much, but now that I've started using them, I just think they're amazing. I mean, I've seen a lot of crafters use them a lot, but I just think they're really cool. I think they really bring out a lot from these things. There we go. So odd number. People keep telling me to use odd numbers, so I used an odd number. So there's that right there. That one's really cute. I really love that one. I like that one a lot. I'm going to be so happy to send that one off to somebody so that somebody else can enjoy it too. That's so neat. Shh, don't tell us it's past our bedtime. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I won't sleep tonight. I don't sleep tonight. I don't sleep at night anyway because the darkness and I do not get along. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie, for saying it's very nice. I appreciate that. That's really cool. I don't sleep at night. I really don't. My husband is happily asleep in there. When all of this is going on, my husband is super supportive. I don't want to say anything bad about my husband because he is super, super supportive of me, and he has stuck with me because our lives completely changed 3.5 years ago. I used to be the plan a trip every spring break, plan a trip for the summer, let's go see the country, let's drive everywhere because I want to do all the driving and I want to see everything. And 3 years ago, it was like, done. 3.5 years ago, and he has shifted to the new normal beautifully, and I know he doesn't like it, but he understands, and I can't say anything bad about him. I really can't. That's very cute. So Erica thinks it's very cute too. I do. I think it's very cute. I think this one's adorable. So I've got that one, and that's going to be card number 8, I believe. Yeah, this is number 7. That's number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, and number 4. So far I've got 5 made for the bingo game that I finally got to talk about. Oh my gosh, it took me forever to talk about the bingo game. I'm waiting for this one to dry so that I can do more to it. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? Why am I waiting? Baby Bear isn't in here anymore. He went out to get something to drink. Oh, ow. I did it. I burnt myself. I totally did. All right, let's aim it away from the acetate, because let's not melt the acetate. There we go. That should be good. All right. Yep, I burnt myself. Oh, while I have that out, I may as well test it on the acetate that I have. Let's see if it actually will melt the acetate. Let me get my little other tweezers. It probably will, but you know, let's find out. Let me try it on a smaller piece. That's still a very usable piece. Where's a small piece of acetate? I should have a small piece of that stuff somewhere, just sitting there going, hi, how you doing? Here I am. Well, there's a small piece. We'll use that one. That's the one that I put aside earlier. We need to get you a wax tip pick. Use the kind that has a wax tip on its side and pick up the other side. Love it. I do believe that Valerie just sent me one. If I remember Valerie's message correctly, but remember, I have slept since she sent me the message, or I have had a panic attack since she sent me the message, or something. I believe Valerie just sent me one. Somebody, is that a Tommy Two-Tone reference? Marisol, is that the Tommy Two-Tone reference from that song from the 80s? Use your knot hands. Well, see, my knot hands are in the car, and I can't go out to the car because it's dark. And there it is, 8675309. Yep, that's the Tommy Two-Tone message. I can't sing it. Oh, I want to sing it now. Now I've got an earworm. It's stuck in my head, and I so badly want to sing that song. Oh, I can't, but I can't, but I can't, but I can't. Okay, but be gentle, and and it will last forever. Okay, I will try to be gentle. I really will. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens to the acetate when we heat it. Oh, yeah, it definitely melts. Look at that. Look, I have an acetate tube. Let's see how much I can melt it, because why not? Yeah, okay, do not heat the acetate. Just in case you were wondering, do not heat the acetate with the heat gun. It does melt, and I am not going to touch it. I desperately want to touch it, but I know it's hot, so I'm not going to. Okay, but be gentle, and it will last forever. Okay, what am I being gentle with? It will last forever. I'm not. Oh, be gentle with the wax pick. Okay, cool. That's good advice. Thank you. Oh, ow! It's not hot anymore. It's just a little warm. Oh, wow, that is stiff too. That definitely shrunk. Okay, that's garbage now. I have no use for that. Let's see. Small spatulas are better than tweezers. You have more space between the heat and your fingers. Okay. Okay, that's a good tip too. Thank you, Elena. So small spatulas are better than tweezers. I actually have a small spatula in the kitchen that has silicone tips to it, but it's one of my favorite ones to cook with, so I'm not going to use it for this. But yeah, while I'm waiting, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the signature on the back of this. So this is 008. So this is CCATC 0008. Just like so, and now that has to be dried. They do make heat embossable acetate. Really? Oh, that's kind of cool. Actually, okay, it is on the bottom. I was going to say, actually, I can't heat this up, but the acetate's on the other end of it, so I'll just blow it the other way. Ow! You know, I really need to learn to get my hands out of the way. And it's definitely very warm on my elbow, which is sitting on the desk, but that's okay. That's good. Just needed to get that dried up a little bit so I could turn that over. And now I can put a little bit of these other colors in the other parts of the froggy. So he has other little accents somewhere. Just a little bit of accentuation on his little cheekies and things like that. There we go. And put a little accent on his little toes down there. There we go. And then I'll put some of this lighter color in some of the dark spots. So he has a little bit of accent on his little lighter colors there. And we'll put a little accent up there and a little accent up there. Ta-da! How's that? There we go. How's that? I think that's too cool. Sorry, not spatula, I meant tongs. Okay, I I was thinking the little squeegee things. Apparently our brains are in mesh because I was thinking the little squeezy things while I was saying spatula, the little scoopy thing. Apparently our brains are meshed. What can you say? There we go. So that's number 8. Now I'm going to get another one out. Where's the one with the butterfly on it? I want to do the one with the butterfly on it. Hold on a second. I got to get something to drink. I've got something back here. I just need to get a drink out of it. Hold on. It's going to take me a bit because I always have to take 7 sips. So it's going to take me a while, and you're probably going to hear it because I'm a loud drinker, and I apologize that. So if you don't want to hear it, then you know not to listen to this part of it or turn the volume down. That's just a me thing. Everything that I do, like drinking and chopping when I'm cutting up vegetables, has to be in some permutation of or some combination of 7s and 11s. That's just an autism thing. Like knock 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 penny, knock 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 penny, knock 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 penny. That's just it's just the way I am. I have to do things. I have to drink in combinations of 7s and 11s. I have to chop vegetables in combinations of 7s and 11s. Heat embossable acetate is nice but pricey. Ooh, I have heard some thicker versions of regular acetate is embossable. Okay. I probably won't try to emboss acetate, to be perfectly honest. I do have embossing powder and embossing folders and stuff like that. What was that? Oh, that was that. Okay. And stuff like that. But I probably won't try to emboss acetate just because I don't know if I need to, because I have so many other things that I can do. I mean, like, oh my gosh, so many things that I can do. You know what that reminded me of? It didn't flatten out. If this had flattened out at the end and just been smaller, that would have reminded me of the shrinky dink stuff that we used to play with. Oh, that was so much fun. My dad found somewhere. He found I get my frugality authentically because my dad was frugal as the day is long. I mean, I learned to buy things from flea markets and garage sales and thrift stores long before those things were popular, because that was what my dad did. I mean, everything that he had was bought from a thrift store or a garage sale or a flea market. And so I learned to be thrifty from him. So yeah, he found some, at one point in time, he found some of those shrinky dinks at a flea market for really cheap for a bunch of them. And my brothers and my stepsister and I one summer played with them, and it was quite fun. It really was. It was a lot of fun. I can't find the card that had the butterfly on it. Dang it. I'm looking, because I had a card that had 1 butterfly on it. There we go. That one's already. Oh, I love these. These are so cool. I hope that y'all appreciate these. I hope that this is a cool prize for the bingo game. I needed something that would be easy to mail out, because I could do it quickly, just write out addresses and do it really quickly, and just use a single stamp to send them out. I want to try some embossing through my machine, then heat embossing it. Ooh, I have seen some nice effects. Oh, cool. If you would please put that in the Chatty Crafty when you do that in the Facebook group, because that would be something really cool to see. The heat embossed acetate is up, and I've read that one. All right, so I'm still looking for that card that had the butterfly on it. I had a card that had 1 butterfly on it, and I started to use it. And I went, no, I'm going to use that one later. I don't want to use that one now, and now I can't find it. Oh, see, you're getting all sorts of ideas of things to put on your bingo cards. I mean, you get all these ideas to put on your bingo cards. I give you so many things to put on your bingo cards. And I have seen a couple of bingo cards. Somebody posted one in the Chatty Crafty group, and somebody sent me a picture of the one that they were working on. And they make me laugh so hard to see what's being done on these bingo cards. It is so funny and so cool to see. This is my journal page. It's upside down because, of course, it's upside down, because there's no way I would do this correctly the first time through. But I'm going to put this here because this is part of today's live stream, and I'm going to put this little piece. This actually came off of the back of one of the pieces of paper, but I'm going to stick it down inside that to cover the icky sticky there. So that's part of, this is my junk journal from my live streams. These are all things that I have made in my live streams, and this is from Noob with a Mink right there. That was my very first live stream, and the reason that I'm still doing this is because of the support that I got from the people that are watching from Noob with a Mink. So Amira, thank you very much. Everybody else who's within Noob with a Mink, I appreciate you so much. Oh my goodness gracious. The shrinky dinks are popular again. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. You can buy the plastic online. Really? They have a lot of YouTube videos on. That's cool. See, Gen X knew. Gen X. I mean, Gen X is like the king, the bomb, the everything. We knew. We had it. We had it all. Gen X, I cannot say how happy I am. With everything that could have happened and everywhere that I could have been, I'm so happy to have been Gen X. It was so nice to have a childhood where I could get lost, where I didn't have to be beholden to some app or some phone or some anything my entire childhood. It was nice to be able to just get lost. I mean, that was a joyous event for me. It really was. And I know that kids don't understand, you know, raised by hose water and neglect, but we really were. We could just go away and do something. You can put a pocket on your page. Ooh, I can, can't I? Ooh, I can put a pocket on there. I just need to get something to use a pocket with. I could use an envelope and make it into a pocket. One of those little envelopes and make a pocket. That would be cool. And of course, this is completely upside down. If this were actually going, because I'm going to stick it in a 3-ring grinder, it should be that orientation. But of course I did it upside down because of course I did it upside down. But I just keep that over there. It's right over there. I keep it over there so I can add something every time I do a live stream so that there's something on there, something new on there. Also have a safer version. They also have a safer version of those liquid plastic and oh my gosh, I haven't thought about those in years, Elena. Oh, I remember those. My dad had those too. I don't know where he got this stuff, but when we were kids, we had all of the really cool things. When we were visiting my dad, it was really cool. I really enjoyed my summers with my dad. I really, really did. Because we had those too, and yeah, they were not safe. Oh my gosh, we had lawn darts. I mean, talk about things that were not safe. I mean, we had lawn darts. We made our lawn darts. Just do the lawn dart thing. Hold on, the camera's going to shake a bit because I'm plugging the iPad back in. There we go. All right, iPad plugged back in. My phone was charged enough that I can take it off so I can just go back and forth with it. All right, so I'm going to do, I can't find the butterfly one, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this right here, and I brought this ribbon out to do something with a while ago, and I've never done anything with it, and it's been floating around my desk, so now I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use the other set of markers that I have out, because I love the other set of markers too. I really love these little glitter ones. In fact, I might actually do this one with a combination of the glitter markers and the other acrylic markers that I have. That needs to go in there. I need to make sure that Brucey doesn't get a hold of that, because sometimes Brucey will eat things like that, and I want to make sure that she doesn't. Same thing with this piece of plastic here. Let's see. Oh, I forgot my phone was right side up again. I'm sitting there trying to read it upside down. It's not upside down. I remember making flowers with wire. We would form into paddles and then dip into liquid plastic. They were so pretty. There are people doing something very similar, because Facebook has decided to show me a boatload of those reels, but they're doing the same thing. They make really small ones and then they paint it with nail polish. And they make little flowers out of them that way, which I think is really cool. I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I do think it's really cool. I don't think it would work well for a noob channel, noob with a video, because it would take a while for the nail polish to dry. So I don't know about that. I also don't know if I'm going to be able to do noob with a, why can I not find the start of this? This is annoying. All right, let's do this. Let's see if I can pick that out and just get it. And I want there's a piece of plastic around it. I want the plastic and not the ribbon. But I also don't know if I'm going to be able to do noob with a gel plate, because the ink on the gel plate that you put on there has to dry before you can pull it off. Because I have watched a couple videos on it, and I'm not sure that will be, I mean, it would literally be watching paint dry, and I don't know if that's something that we want to do. So, yeah. Like it would be degrees in the summer, and we thought metal, I know the metal slides. Oh yeah. Oh my God, the metal stuff at the playground, the metal slides. Yeah. Oh goodness gracious, you're absolutely right on that particular effect. Oh yes. I burnt my bohiny more times than once. The thicker tube of plastic that you put on the straw and blow, they would make bubble type things. They were all unsafe and toxic. Oh, I know they were, but they claim the new version of both crafts are safer now. Well, they might be safer. I honestly don't know if they're safe. It's just, I think it's cool that some of those things are coming back. I really hope that lawn darts don't come back. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, just, you know, letting people think about the idea of maybe not having lawn darts, because no, that's a bad thing. That's not a good thing. But we had lawn darts. You know, fun stuff. Oh, good times, good times. Yeah. There we go. And one more. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to do something, but this is actually the back side of this one. So what am I up to? I'm up to 009, right? Yep. So I'm going to actually sign this one now. I'm going to use this pen because it's the closest one to me. So this is CCATC 0009. There we go. And pick these off while that dries. Oh, wait, that's not my favorite picker. I want the other one. There we go. This one. This picker. Pull that off. Oh, look, I'm remembering to stick it in my little pot now. The thicker tube. Oh, wait, I already read that one. I think the bingo game is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to reading the cards that get posted in the Chatty Crafty Guild, because I get so much humor out of them. I think they're so funny. And it's all things that I do, like, you know, Eddie and the Mr. Valerie being sarcastic. Oh, me mentioning Noob with a Mink. They have lawn dart type of toys, but they aren't as good or as fun. Oh no, they make things safe. And I know they took all the fun out of it. It's like this little blunt thing that it's like this little, you know, it's not even heavy. It's like there's no fun in that. Like, no, I want real lawn darts. You know, the ones that can impale people on the way down. Oh, yes, we did. We had, for those of you that don't believe us, yes, Gen X had lawn darts. We really did. It was a real thing. And we had an awful lot of fun playing with them too. There we go. There's that one. And then I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put it around this way, and I'm going to put this down there like so. So now I have a little ribbon on this one. I'm having fun with these little ATC cards. I hope y'all are having fun watching me make them. I need to put something over the rest of that sticky stuff though, so that the sticky on this side is covered, because I don't want to have icky sticky showing, because I don't like icky sticky. I am not an icky sticky liking person. Oh, that's the wrong pair of scissors. That's right. Cut these things out with a crooked pair of scissors. That was good. That was a really good thing right there. Just cut them out with a wrong pair of scissors. Okay, so there's one piece, and we'll stick it over that. Dun, 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 dun. Here's another piece, and we'll stick it over this one. Oh, it needs to be cut down a little bit. That's too wide. There we go. Right there. Let's see. I remember when they used to sell chemistry. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. The chemistry sets. A friend of mine from college is a chemistry professor, and he has a couple of those incredibly dangerous chemistry sets, just because, you know, he's a chemistry professor and he thinks they're fun. And it's just funny. Yeah, I do. I remember those chemistry sets. I did not have one. We did not have one of those, but I remember them. I remember a friend of mine had one of those, and that was a dangerous thing. Let's see. What do I want to put on this one? What do I have? Do I have a tall, I have a couple small teacups that I can put on this one. Do I have a few? I can do a few little teacups. Oh, I can. Oh, I know what I'm going to do on this one. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. My, oh my. I need something that I can do this with, because I am going to put a lot of these on here. I just saw something on there. I am so totally going to do this. I'm going to use this one. This is one of the ones that I got from Journal Say. I love this ink pad, but look at this, look at this, look at this. I have a stamp that is spoons. I'm just going to put spoons on here. Look at that. Look at that. Spoons. There we go. Just putting down some spoons, just laying out some spoons for people. I love this. Okay, this is cool. Put some more spoons over here. Doot. Oh, I got green on the ribbon. Oh, well. There's green on the ribbon now. Whoever gets this one, there's green on the ribbon. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. One of my friends accidentally made a noxious gas. Oh my gosh, they had to move out of their home for like 3 days. Oh, wow. That's a lot. There's a guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I should know it. But he's the father of laboratory chemistry, if you want to look up. Ira Rumson is the father of laboratory chemistry. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Oh, well, that made it worse. I tried to fix it, and that just made it worse. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that piece of ribbon off, and I'm going to stick another one on, because that's just nasty now. I really messed that up. But his name's Ira Rumson, and he's the father of laboratory chemistry, because he did a laboratory chemistry experiment without having laboratory chemistry. And he had a book, and the book said nitric acid acts on copper. And that was all that the book said. That was the extent of the explanation, just nitric acid acts on copper. And he wanted to know what that actually meant. And he said, and he wrote a little journal entry on it, which is just hilarious. And he said that he knew that where nitric acid was, because he worked in a, I can't come up with the name, dentist's office. And the dentist's office had nitric acid, so he knew he could get his hands on nitric acid. And he said, well, I actually happen to have a penny. This is back in the early 1900s, when a penny was actually something, amazing to have. And so he said, this is what he said, I actually happen to have a penny, so I got my nitric acid and I got my penny, and I wanted to see what this acts on meant. So I took my nitric acid and my penny, and I poured the nitric acid onto the penny, and I finally knew what acts on meant, as this horrible, noxious cloud of green smoke came off of the penny, because when you mix the two together, the resulting gas is incredibly, incredibly noxious and incredibly poisonous. He said it was a horrible, horrible mess. So he grabbed the whole thing and threw it out the window, and he found out the next thing was that nitric acid acted on skin. And having found that out, he immediately wiped his hands onto his trousers to get it off his skin, and found out that yet again nitric acid acted on trousers. He said it was probably the most enlightening and most expensive laboratory experiment I ever did. And that's the father of laboratory chemistry, because up until that point, chemists were taught by just reading things in books that nitric acid acted on copper. They just read it. They had no idea what it meant. And after he did that experiment, he started promoting laboratory chemistry, which I think is a really cool thing. Yeah, they don't put anything dangerous in them anymore, Elena. Yeah, they don't, which is good and bad. It's kind of sad, one of those things. It's a childhood rite of passage of sorts, although I don't know if that's the best of rites of passage, but there we go. All right, so look at all the little spoons. I love that. Okay, so that's all the spoons that I'm going to put on there. And then I'm going to take the spoon off. I'm going to clean the spoon off and take it off. Look at all the little spoons. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. There. Look at all the little spoons. Yay, little spoons. Spoonage. I've got spoonage going. Yay. All right, so pull this one off, put that one down, put that back down there, and pull this one off, because I want little ones, because I want the little ones that'll fit in that little cavity right there. I want a little teacup. Where's the littlest teacup? That's probably the littlest one. Does this one fit? Let's see. Yes, it does. Okay, so we're going to pull this up. Bloop. All right, we're going to ink it up. Trying not to get the ink on the little piece of glass that I'm using, because I don't have any of my other little ones back here. And do that. Done. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, I'm loving this so much. I love this one. This one is really neat. All right, put that back. And then on the upper side, we're going to put some, what is this? Sugar cubes. There we go. We're going to put some sugar cubes. So this side up here, we're going to put some sugar cubes on. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Dun, 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 bloop. I love this ink pad. I really do. This ink pad from Journal Say is just an amazing little ink pad. There we go. Ta-da! I think those are sugar cubes. Well, they're sugar cubes now. I'm going to call them sugar cubes. There we go. Put that away so it's on the little teapot one. Put that back down there. Put this back up there so I don't lose it. Ha! 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 Yeah, like I'm not going to lose it. There we go. Let's see. The fact that so many of us survived childhood in the 70s and 80s is wild. It really is. It really is. But it taught us to be self-sufficient, and it taught us to know, to know that we could do it. And I think that's one of the reasons, because honestly, I'm just going to keep saying this. We survived. You know, we made it through. You're right. It's amazing that any of us survived, but so many of us did that, I don't know. So here we go. So I'm going to get out one of my little glitter ones, and I think this is the one that nope, that's not the one that I've already used, so we'll just turn this over and prime that. Dun, 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 dun. My mother used to say, God takes care of babies and fools. That's a good one, Erica. That's a really good one. All right, so I'm just going to make some little squiggly lines around these. There, little squiggle lines just around these items, with one of my little glitter pens that I just got all over my little ribbon. Ah! I do have to do at least one more card, because I have to use the other set of markers, because I put them in one of the links in the bottom. So I have to use them in the video, because if I don't use them in the video, then I'm using their little link thing wrong. So I have to use one of the other set of markers. Did I already sign that one? Yes, I did. That was 009. So here comes card 0010. No. Whatever. We know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out right. I love the simpler times growing up in the 70s. I agree with you, Marisol. I absolutely do. One of the reasons, and I'm going to keep saying this because I honestly believe this is true, one of the reasons that it was such a much simpler time is because there were 25% of the people on the planet that there are now. I mean, there's 8.6 billion people on this planet now, and when in the 70s and 80s, there were like 2.6 billion people on the planet, and that's just a huge difference. Just the volume and number of people and the noise from that number of people is just, oh my gosh. It's just, it's a lot. It really is a lot. All right, I'm going to do another signature one. I'm going to do another signature card. Let's see. I'm going to do a blue center. I'm going to do a deep blue center. I'm going to do it on this side. So a deep blue center. There we go. And I love these markers too. This is like one of my absolute favorite sets of markers right now. I just think this set of markers is just incredibly amazing. Look at these beautiful colors. Look at how easily they come out. And these already come primed. So these are just rip-rare and ready to go as soon as you pull them out of the package. I just love these. Oh my gosh. I think we survived because no one told us we should. You're absolutely right. It made us all be able to think through things. Think things through. Unlike students today, they need choices. It's sad. Yeah, I know. We had critical thinking. We were taught critical thinking skills. That's another thing about, Gen X is we were the last group of students to be taught instead of trained. Because students today are trained to take a test. They're not taught a subject. They're just trained to take a test. And Gen X is the last group of students that was not trained to take a test. We were taught a material. We were taught a subject. And it's such a different thing to be taught rather than trained. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love this. I love these markers because they make me much more creative with my signature flower. I really do. I think this is amazing. I really love these things. I love these markers so much. This is like my absolute favorite set of markers ever right here. These little, and they are linked in the thing down low. These are the Just Art ones. And I absolutely, thoroughly, completely, and totally love them so much. So we had no idea that we could get third-degree burns from the playground or head injuries riding down a steep concrete ravines on our bicycles. So we just did it. Yep. We did. We were the original FAFO generation. I mean, that's what we were. That's what we did. When we were kids, it was my brothers and I and some of their friends. And there was a hill. And if you went down the hill, there was a curve at the bottom. So you came down the hill and then you had an S curve at the bottom. And on either side of these, this is Gainesville, there were sand spurs. And if you don't know what a sand spur is, look one up and think of falling on a whole patch of those. And we decided one day that we had 5 skateboards and 9 people, and we were going to go down that hill and make the S curve and then finish it. And we tried over and over and over again to do this, and we kept on ending up in the sand spurs. I mean, we must have had 100 holes apiece in us from all the little sand spurs spurs poking us. And then we finally actually did it. But the end of that hill, the very end, the very bottom of it, was an exit for the apartment complex that we lived in. And we're coming down the hill and we're doing it. We're doing good. We're doing here. We make the first S. We're up to the second S. We make the second curve and a car stops right there. And the entire lot of us slammed into the driver's side door of the car. Oh, good times, good times. This has been a trip down memory lane. Shrinky Dinks, Lawn Darts, Chemistry Labs, Easy Bake Ovens. Oh, Easy Bake Ovens. Jacks, cotton candy makers, Spirographs, Lego. Don't forget stepping on Legos. I mean, that was an experience all in and of itself, was stepping on the Legos. Oh my goodness gracious. Here we go. So I'm going to put this colored butterfly on there. I love pickup sticks. Oh yeah, those were fun. Hopscotch that we had to draw ourselves. Yes. Oh my gosh, Brenda. Yes. Hopscotch that we had to draw ourselves. Doot, 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 doot. I loved hopscotch. That was such a fun game. Oh, Baby Bear's back. He's scratching up my chair. Are you back, Baby Bear? Are you saying hi, Mommy? Are you saying hi, Mommy? Hi, Baby Bear. Yes, hi, Baby Bear. Let's see, what color do I want to... I want to do this... no, I want to do this one. No, I want to do this one. That one right there. Loved pickup sticks, hopscotch. Ooh, pickup sticks. Yeah, pickup sticks were a lot of fun. The one with the marbles that you put down the top of the marble and you had to pull out the sticks to pull it out. Oh, what was that called? Oh, I can't remember. Hi, Baby Bear. Yes, baby man. I know, but you have to be in your bed. You can't be down here with Mommy. I know, Mommy put stuff in your bed when you got up, so Mommy's got to get the stuff out of your bed now. There we go. Butt-ski, up-ski, baby, top-ski. There we go. Oh, also, check the sale sections at Ollie's. I didn't put this in there, but I got these for 50 cents because they were holiday stuff, and it's an entire pack of Hanukkah cards that I can, cannibalize the fronts of for cards. I also got these right here for the same idea. It's got this really cool little glitter snowflake on it. And I got those for $1 marked down from $4.99 because it was holiday stuff. You can't return that stuff. Most of the things you can return at Ollie's, but if you get it off the clearance center, you can't return it. But anyway, there's that. And dangerous, sizable metal straps on skates. Yes! Oh my gosh. And you remember, I did. I had a pair of those. I found a pair at an antique shop a few months ago. Yeah, those were great. My dad had some of those too, and we used to ride around the neighborhood on those. I mean, we'd ride for miles. And then another thing is, I would ride for miles on my bike to get to my friends' houses. And, that's just not something that anybody does anymore. I mean, I would literally ride for miles. It's the whole Stranger Things thing. I would literally ride for miles to get to my friend's house. And that's not F-O-R, F-O-U-R. That's F-O-R, F-O-R, 4 miles. No, Baby Bear, you can't jump down here. I've got wet paint down there. There you go, baby man. Yes, you just lay back down. Yes, you're such a good baby bear. Oh, such a good baby bear. Yes, you are. You're my baby. I almost forgot about those, Marisol. Yeah. The toss across. That was another really fun one that we had that I loved having. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I loved toss across. So here we go. Let's do this. ATC 0010. I have now made 10 of these little cards right there. Look at that. So there's CC, that's card 10. That's card 9. That's number 8. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Where's number 7? Oh, where's number 7? This one's number 7. Number 7. Number 6. That one's number 6. Number 5 and number 4. Dun, da, da, da. There we go. That's so cool. Play-Doh, you had to mold yourself. Oh, yes, no machines to make shape. I used to love slip and slide was amazing. Yep, I never owned a slip and slide. I always had to go to a friend's house to have slip and slide. And trampolines with no cages, no nothing, just, the springs completely open. So if you fell on the springs, you pinched the snot out of your butt or whatever part of you fell on the springs. I love those. I never owned a trampoline, but I had friends that did. So I would go to friends' houses and play on their trampolines and stuff. Those were fun. Those were very much fun. Yeah, amazing stuff. Playing football in the streets. Our street would challenge the neighboring streets. Oh, that's so cool. I was allergic to Play-Doh in my hands. Oh, no, that's awful, Marisol. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's bad. I can still remember the smell of Play-Doh. It's just, I haven't smelled Play-Doh in years. Yeah, trampolines that didn't have nets back then either. Or how about the OG seesaw? Oh, yes. Yep, the OG seesaws. Tetherball, that was another one, you know, where you just you'd hit it so hard that because you were trying to hit the other kid in the head. You weren't trying to play tetherball, it was bash ball. You were trying to hit the other kid in the head with the tetherball. I loved that. I did. I really did. Dodgeball. That was another one when your PE class was nothing but dodgeball. When kids could still get picked last, which was a sad thing, but you know, that doesn't really happen anymore. Um, it was so much different. It was such a different time. It really was. I think the formula changed because my children loved it and I was able to handle it after so many years. Well, that probably means that the original one was toxic in some way. Tetherball was my game. Erica said dodgeball was so much fun. Duck, duck, goose. Oh my gosh, Erica, duck, duck, goose. I remember that. Or there was that, the first, last, and only time I ever broke a bone. It was that board, that balance board that had it was like a stick, like a 4-inch wide branch, and then a piece of wood on top of it. You stood on it and you balanced on it. The first, last, and only time I ever broke a bone. I fell off of it and broke my arm. Red Rover is another good one. Square ball, Foursquare. I don't know that one. Oh my gosh, Brenda. That's not one that I know of. Yeah, Red Rover was an awesome game. Yeah, there were times, I have to honestly admit, there were times that the people playing Red Rover would let go when the other person was like 90-0 trying to get through the arms, and would let go and let the other person like bash into the fence or whatever was behind them. Just because mean, you know, no other reason, just mean. Foursquare. So that's two people that know Foursquare. I don't remember Foursquare. The Pog P ball. I don't know what that is. I think that's a typo, Doris, and I can't figure out what you're trying to say. The Pog P ball. All right, I have to make one more because I need 11. I can't stop on 10. That's not possible. It's not. My brain is sitting there going, you can't quit now. You have 10. You need one more. You can't quit. You need another one. Now I really need to find the one with the butterfly on it. There it is. Ha ha, look at that. It decided to come back. Pogo. Pogo sticks. Oh my gosh, the the little hippity hop. Oh, the hippity. Oh, you're talking about hippity hop. I loved hippity hop. Oh, hippity hop was like the best game ever. Little boing, 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 boing. And then the horse that you stuck a quarter in, and you could sit there and you could ride the horse that was outside. All of the 5 and dimes. Woolworths. Remember Woolworths? There was a little horse outside, 5 and dimes. Yeah, the pogo sticks were cool. I kicked butt at pogo sticks. Oh, and hula hoops. Oh my gosh, hula hoops was my jam. I could run a hula hoop around my waist for hours. Oh my gosh, hula hoops was my jam. I loved hula hoops. And Kmart. Oh, and the blue light specials in Kmart. Yes, absolutely. I loved that. Yep. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, this is like such a cool walk down memory lane here. No, this is birds, but I don't want to use that one. I just pulled out another set of stamps over there to see what I had. I have this one that I think is funny. I got this one off of Temu. Merry Stressmas, naughty, nice, tired. If it weren't for the cookies, knackered, totally. Naughty, saves Santa the trip. I thought that one was cute. I have a picture dueling hula hoops again as an adult. Yay, Brenda, I couldn't do a hula hoop now if I wanted to. There's just no way. Number one, I can't go outside, but even if I could go outside, there's no way I could do a hula hoop. No, just no, not gonna happen. Nope. Let's see, where are the little monsters? What happened to the little monster ones? I know I had them out at one point. Here's the little monsters. These were sold as a Christmas one. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put the little monster next to the... I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something I've never done. This is totally new for me because I found this in the living room when we were cleaning up out there to try and figure out where stuff was. I found this. I'm going to use the stamp pad to do this. And I'm going to try actually using embossing ink on this. And I'm going to put this little monster guy that has the little flowers behind his back right next to that. And I'm going to emboss it and see how that comes out. So this is what I'm going to do on this. Oh, wait, I need to get the little thingy out from underneath. But this was more dangerous because the ball had a platform around it, no handle. You had to hop and squeeze. Oh, wow. The slush dog thingy. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. But only if it was good and didn't complain about how long my mom was taking. And the Dr. Scholl's clog and jelly shoes. Oh, my gosh. I have a picture doing hula hoop again. But this was more dangerous because the ball had a platform around it, no handle. You had to hop and squeeze with your feet. Oh, I love those Christmas stamps. Slush puppy. That's what it was. Yes, slush puppy. Yes, you're absolutely right. Anyone remember Hill's department store? Yes, I remember Hill's. I remember Bell's department store when Bell's still had a bell, when the A was still a bell. It's not a bell anymore. It used to be a bell, but it's not a bell anymore. So Bell's, good old Bell's department stores. So open this up, put this down where I want it, plop it down with that. I love this. Whoever gave me this idea, thank you so much for the washi tape idea. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. It makes this so much easier. So plop that down and pick that up and pick that up. And let's see, let's make the Yeti brown. We're going to use the brown Yeti. Oh, that was a big yawn, baby man. Yes, you made a big yawn. So we're going to have a rust brown Yeti here. I know the Yeti's supposed to be white, but he's going to be rust brown. And I'm going to use clear. Oh, crap. Not what I was going to do. I was going to use my embossing pad. Well, not anymore. Whoops. Change plans. Do it this way. There we go. Pull that up. Yep, that's cool. I don't think I can emboss this. I just realized that this paper really sucks in the ink almost immediately. I don't think there's going to be any embossing doing on this, but let's try putting that down. Let's get the embossing powder out. We're going to try it. What the heck? I mean, what else are we going to do, right? Let's get out a piece of paper. Oh, I need a piece of paper. Oh no. Where's a piece of paper? I need a piece of paper. There, I can use this. All right, so there's that. Pull this up. Gonna ink it one more time just to make sure. Let's see, I'm missing stuff. The lemon ring. Not hippity hop. Skip it. Skip it was the lemon thing. I think that was it. I think it was called Skip It. Yeah, I remember the lemon thing. I was a bomb at that too. I could do Skip It for days. But yeah, that was also a very fun one. All right, so put that down. I'll clean that up later. Put this down, put the embossing powder on it as quickly as possible. And Baby Bear is not going to like this. He's going to run away when I get the embossing thing out. Let's see if that works. Let's see if I got any on there. Oh, it looks like I got some on there. Okay, cool. Yay. I'm sorry, Baby Bear. I know. Mommy's going to turn on the heat gun, and you're not going to like it at all. I know, Mr. Man. There we go. Put that back down in there. Close that up so I don't spill it, because I'm really good at spilling things. Put that back up there so I have it. Brenda Kennedy, I know what you were talking about, like the Yeti. Skip It sounds right. And the Bomb Diggity, a brand new box. Oh, yes, with the 100, or the, what was it, 64 box of crayons with the crayon sharpener on the outside. Yes, that was amazing. I loved getting those. And the smell of the brand new box of crayons. Oh, it was amazing. Oh, yes. See, yeah, Erica and I, great minds think alike. And the brand new box of crayons. Oh, lots of fun. Oh, Merlin. I remember I got Merlin for my birthday one year, and I absolutely loved it. That little red thing that made noises. I loved Merlin. That was like my favorite toy when I was a kid. My favorite electronic toy when I was a kid. Oh, what'd I do with the rest of the... Oh, no. Well, there they are. Okay. It's like, oh, no, I lost the stamp pad that this goes on. I need to get it back. There we go. All right, put it away. All right, so the Yeti is now put away. Put away the stamps platform. I need to get this little thingy on the back of it. Like, there we go. All right, now where'd my little card go? So here it is. I know, Baby Bear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. Mommy is sorry that she's going to do this. I know you're not going to like this noise. I know you're not. I know. I'm trying to do it over here, and I'm trying to do it fast. I know, Baby Bear. I know, silly man. Oh, he's not happy with this. He does not like this noise at all. Ow! There he went. Yeah, Baby Bear went away. He does not like this noise at all. There we go. Look at that. Look at how cool that looks when it goes zoop. It just goes zoop. Look at that. Look how bright that ink is now. I love that. I love that so much. Yay. Baby Bear does not like the heat gun. Baby Bear does not like the heat gun at all. How many of us had a Chatty Cathy? I did not have a Chatty Cathy. I do know what they are, but I didn't have one. The speak and spell with actual buttons, yes, and sit and spin. Oh my god, and the big wheel, Hot Wheels big wheel. No, it wasn't Hot Wheels. Who did? Maybe it was Hot Wheels. I can't remember for sure, but the big wheel. Oh my gosh, I loved the big wheel. The big wheel was so much fun. Oh my goodness gracious, it was great. All right, so since this is a Yeti, I'm going to make it white, but then I'm going to use some other colors to accentuate it. So we're going to start with this white and just make it a little white Yeti. Doo, 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 doo. This is so neat. I like this one. This one is cool. It's kind of easier to color in too because the embossing stuff keeps it in place. That's neat. This is cool. Oh, I love this one. I love this little Yeti. I do. I love these little Yeti stamps. And it's a Christmas set because it's got a little deer and stuff on it. So, but I don't know if I'll ever use it or if I'll strictly use it as a Christmas set. Probably not. I'll probably use it for other things. Look at the cute little Yeti. Oh my gosh, he's such a cutie pie. I'm going to give him blue eyes. There we go. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Done with the Yeti. All right, so what else do we have? Love the big wheel, yes. You couldn't see where you were going, but it was fun. You're absolutely right. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I loved my big wheel. Okay, I take that back. I loved my brother's as the big wheels. I never had one of my own. I always used theirs. The Fisher-Price little people that had all the little things that they could stick in, like the little holes in the car. You know, the ones that had the little tab on the bottom that fit the round peg, round hole tab ones. Oh, those were so much fun. Didn't the original have a handbrake? I don't remember. I had a doll called Betty Big Girl. She was about 3 feet tall and said, "Hi, I'm Betty Big Girl." I don't remember that. You took your brother's big wheel too. See, there we go. Taking the brother's big wheel. That's the way to do it. Absolutely. Take the brother's big wheel. Brothers don't need their big wheels. We need their big wheels. Just put a little bit of extra color in that somewhere, just a little bit, so it looks like there's a little bit of extraness to it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so that goes there. That goes there. I'm not going to do that. What color am I going to make the package? It does have a package, but I don't want to make it a Christmas package. I just want to make it a package. We're going to give him some nice light blue eyes. Just like this. It's just going to be slightly lighter than the color of the cardstock behind it. We're going to give him a little dot for a black nose. Just like this. There we go. Just right there. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And then we're going to make the present blue. Loved the little people. Yeah, the little people were great. I had the little people plane. Well, I had the hand-me-down little people plane. I loved it. Took my brother's bionic man doll to be my Barbie doll's husband, too. That's too cool. I did not have a Barbie doll till I was in my 20s. I was never given a Barbie doll. My dad never gave me one, and of course my mother wouldn't have given me one. But yeah, I didn't have a Barbie doll until I was in my 20s. A friend of mine heard me lamenting about the fact that I never had a Barbie doll and got me one. My cousin had a castle, and you had a hidden chutes and the animals with the wheels, balls that made them rock forward and back. Weebles wobble, the Weebles! The Weebles wobble, Weebles. I can't sing the song. I'll get a copyright strike, but you know what I'm talking about, the Weeble song. Oh my gosh, Weebles. I love the Weebles. My dad had a set of Weebles that was fun. Absolutely joyously fun. All right, I'm gonna need another color out of here. I'm gonna make it a blue and purple package. I'm gonna make the ribbon all purpley. And you sometimes had a G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip. Yep. Oh my goodness, we had to have imaginations with our toys. Stretch Armstrong. Absolutely. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. You're absolutely right, Erica. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of fun to talk about all these old toys. And there might be people listening to my channel, which there probably isn't, because the majority of the people who watch my channel are like 35 and older. I don't really have any young people watching my channel, but they might not remember some of these items. But this is a fun trip down memory lane. It really is. Okay, over there, I'm going to put a little sun. I think this needs a sun. So we're going to get some yellows out, and we're going to put a sun on this thing. So there's going to be a little, the classic sunshine sun that everybody used to do when we were kids. There, here we go. So start with the sun, just right there, and color it in some. And I'll come back and put some other colors on top of it and do the little sun rays. This is exactly what little kids would do when they had to make a sun, was they put these little things like this. So there's like no sophistication in this sun at all. Like here, just like that. There we go. Actually looks more like an eyeball looking down on them. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. And then put a little bit more of this on there. There we go. Just like so. There we go. The little Yeti with the little embossing folder, the little embossing powder. That's so cool. I like that one. Weebles Wobble, Erica makes plan. Yep. And I'm 60. Hi, Carrie. Good to have you here. We love all of our Gen Xers, and we love everybody who watches this. I mean, we may talk about Gen X a lot, but that's because a lot of us are Gen X. But we really do. I absolutely adore everybody who comes here, and I really love the kindness that people have when they come here. I can't say that enough. Well, I mean, I probably can, but I'm not gonna stop saying it. I really do appreciate the fact that we are all, you know, so supportive of each other. I mean, in this day and age, in this time frame, I lost it. There it is. It's just so important to be supportive. It really is. And I'm so glad that this group is so supportive. The Chatty Crafty Facebook group is the same way. It's so nice. Oops, I lost it. It's so nice to have people like that. It really is. There we go. I'm going to put a little one right back there. I'm going to pull another one of these off. And I'm going to put a little one right there. And I'm going to pull another one off. And I'm going to put a little one right. Oh, no, it went away. There we go. I'm going to put a little one right over there next to the sun. There we go. Ta-da-da-da. Put those back up there. Put that back where it belongs. Put this one back where it belongs so I don't lose it. And pull out my glitter markers because why not? And grab one of the greens because why not? And I'm going to sign the back of this one. Let's see, what else do we have? Weebles Wobbles. Yep. There we go. And then CC ATC 0011. Dun, 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 dun. So there is crafting. That's the ATC card number 11. So there we go. A lot of fun. All right, so it is 3:23 in the morning, 3:23 Eastern Daylight Time in the morning, 3:22. I think I am going to go gel in front of the watch my channel 4 shows, because I mean we're at 8:30 in the morning. It's getting into the point where my channel 4 shows they're showing all of the morning stuff that I watch. Yeah, this was fun, Erica. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you so much. I really do. I appreciate the people that were here during the live. I appreciate the people that popped in and popped out during the live. I appreciate the replay crew. I appreciate all of you for being so wonderful to each other and so wonderful to everyone that's involved in this entire Chatty Crafty Guild. I really do. I needed this. I hope that it was helpful to anybody else who needed it as well. I know it helped me, and I cannot say thank you enough to everybody. And I now have several cards made for the bingo rewards. So, you know, I'll need to make some more, but that's okay. I think these are fun, and I'm going to take pictures of all of them and get them into a book or whatnot. And I hope everybody's doing better. I really do. I hope that this was helpful. Even if it was just a tiny bit helpful, I hope it was helpful in whatever capacity you absorbed it. Lurkers are wonderful. People who chat are wonderful. The full-on, you know, interactive people are wonderful. It's been great. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your evening. And remember, Friday night at 9:30 p.m. I will be live, and that's when the bingo game goes. And you have to join the Facebook group that's linked in the description to join the Facebook bingo card thingy. So bye, everybody. Cheers and happy crafting. Bye. Good night. Bloop. Whoop. I don't think I got it. I think I missed the button. I did. I missed the button. Here we go. Good night.